All right. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Very good.
All right. Thank you for waiting.
We're vibing.
Everybody just here. Welcome to Kurly's Bizarre Barcast, episode 164.
9.
Ooh, 69. Ooh, that.
69 is a funny number.
I just realized for 69, that's going to be like we did it on episode 69. We did like a sex episode. We're going to bring that back for episode 169.
Because it never talks about sex otherwise.
Right.
No.
I was gonna say.
Never, ever.
Never. Well,
What
as
is
we all
sex?
know, my name's KurlyChris. I'll be the host tonight, and we have all these lovely ladies on because all the guys are not here, surprisingly. Cancellations. All right. Well, I'm here every Wednesday, and I'll be here this Saturday for the IRL Barcast in LA. But tonight we have a special cast for episode 154 or 164. So we're gonna introduce every single person on the cast. That way you get to know who they are and what they do on their streams, and maybe something they like. And then after that, we'll start with the topics and do a cheers. Does it sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Meowdlin, you know what to do.
Oh, hey, everybody. My name is Meow. You can call me Meow, or you can call me Meow. I stream on this platform. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday around 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I bark. We talk about politics. Sometimes we play games. We do a lot of fun shit. Come my way. If you want to, I can't say that on this. Never mind. I can't finish that statement. Hi, Chris. I'm happy to be here.
Thanks for, what were we going to say?
No, I can't.
No? Okay. Maybe we'll get out of you later.
Maybe.
Thanks for coming back. Love the color scheme, by the way. Holy shit. It looks good.
Thank you. I figured out how to work my camera.
Yeah, you look great.
Whoa, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Dragon.
Hi, my name is Dragon. I'm a variety streamer. I mostly play JRPGs, RPGs. It's always horny on main energy. I do a little bit of everything. I like to TikTok, talk about mental health and, TOS safe mental health. And yeah, we just kind of have fun.
And?
And I don't know. That's all. You keep inviting me back here.
I'm joking with you.
That's all I do.
Okay, holy shit. Oh my god.
I do feel like, if I recall, a certain someone is pretty close to 1,000 followers on Twitch.
Who is that?
Just saying.
Is that Dragon? Dragon, how
How
close
is
are
it?
you?
How is it? I think I'm like
Exactly.
20 away.
Exactly. You're at 20 away? Exactly? What's your exact number?
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see. I think I'm at. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm on the spot
25,
now. I'm at 977.
So
Ew.
23?
Yeah.
All right, well, our goal is to get you at 1,000 by the end of the show.
I'll cry right on stream. I'll do it.
We like doing that. We've done it before in the past, so we're going to do it for you.
I know. I saw. I was there for Cosmic Audrey.
Isn't that amazing?
Me next.
Speaking of Cosmic
next.
Audrey, she's next. You ready for her? Hi, Cosmic Audrey. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, the last time I was on here, I got to 1,000 followers on Twitch.
I love that.
And it was also more nighttime the last time I was on. And then daylight savings time or losing time, whatever the fuck it's called, happened. And I am going to reflect every single color that's on the screen because I don't know how to set up my lights properly in this apartment yet. So I'm just going to throw everything back at y'all and just one day it won't be like this, but for now it is.
Hey, you're here. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And you did, last time you were on, you were a cosplayer. Like cosplay.
Yeah. I did rogue, like a casual rogue because I couldn't find my suit. And then guess what? I went into the trunk of my car right after and I found my suit.
I was
like, okay,
it was inside.
that's
that makes
cool.
sense.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. So I'm so happy to be back.
Welcome back. I'm excited to have you on a normal one. So that way you can just relax and chill and drink with us.
Hell yeah.
All right. Next up, Midnight May. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm Midnight May with a Y. I'm a variety streamer. I stream every Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday around 7:30 Central Time. We just chat. We do some Duolingo lessons. It's like a Assassin's Creed kind of variety, whatever we're feeling like. We also chat a lot of Marvel stuff, a lot of Marvel content. So if you guys like Marvel, come join the Midnight Mafia. Yeah, thanks for having me. I was Midnight Mafia.
That's really cool.
I was so nervous because this morning I woke up with like no voice, and miraculously it came back.
That's amazing. That's actually so nice. Do you know how many times I've done this show with no voice and I'm like, oh,
Ow.
I was so sad at first. I was like, oh dang, like am I gonna be able to do it? And then like I was like, we'll see how the day goes. And I don't know what happened, but it came back. So but yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
First time on, so excited to see you here. All right, next up, Kat Elise. How you been? Welcome back.
Hi, it's been so long.
Mm-hmm. It's been years.
Kind of high as balls right now. I took
That's
way too big of a hit.
Love that.
It has been like years. God, I did move here like 2 years ago. Pretty crazy. I don't stream anymore. I'm trying to get back into it, but I've been busy since I'm now, a talent manager. So my time is pretty booked with everyone else at the moment. So no time for myself, but soon trying to return to, I don't know, reaction streaming again and just kind of enjoying TFT on the side. And that's basically where I'm at.
I used to play TFT too, but I sucked at it, so I quit.
Oh, no.
But yeah, that's cool that you're coming back to streaming. I would love to see you get back into the streaming world. Once you take a break for a while, it's really difficult to dive back in. So welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very excited.
Next up, Emma.
Woohoo! Hello, my name is Emma. I got my rave glasses on because this week we're raving. I'm a variety streamer. I play different video games. I also do just chatting, and I also do party streams. So I'm doing that this Friday. We're doing a rave stream. So I'm collaborating with a DJ. I'm very excited. And yeah, come by sometimes. I love to talk to you guys and love to meet you guys. So yeah, and I'm drinking my favorite beer ever, which is called the Kronenberg.
The Kronenberg.
So good. Yes, very
I've heard
good.
of that. Do you go to raves, Sim?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, so you're a raver. Nice.
You know.
We got some ravers on the chat. I mean, on the cast. Sorry, on the cast. And probably in the chat, too. So that's really be really cool. All right, well, welcome back to Emma. Hope you have some fun tonight. Get a little
Thanks for
drunk
having
and
me
drunk,
on.
too. Yeah, definitely. Everybody can thank Scummy. Scummy helped make the list for me, so I really appreciate him.
Bless up to Scummy.
All right. Jade, you changed your name recently.
I did change my name recently.
How do you pronounce it? Is it Holloway?
Holloway, yes.
Yes. C plus. for Chris.
Yeah, last time I was here, I was Jade the Great. I still am Jade the Great. I mean, come on. But I changed my name to Holloway just so that it lines up with my music. Because that's like my artist name. But
Smart.
my name is Jade, but you can find me at twitch.tv/Holloway. I'm a singer. I do live music streams, and I also play games and suck at them for long periods of time. And I also do ASMR and craft streams as well. So if you like that. I don't have a very specific schedule. I kind of just have a different schedule every week for work, but we're working on it, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm hoping to make some new friends tonight.
You definitely will. There's some great girls on, so you're definitely you'll like them. All right. Last but not least, I believe. Prima. How do you say it? Prima Neutrina?
It's Prima Neutrina.
Let's go! I got it. I'm 10 for 10.
You got it. You did. So many people get it wrong. They say like Prima Neutrina.
No,
Not.
definitely not
It
Prima.
rhymes.
Prima. Okay, let's go.
But you call me Prima.
I'm excited. It's your first time on too. There's a lot of people for their first time on, so welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, my pronouns are she and her. I am a Canadian variety streamer with like pretty bad ADHD, so it's always a chaotic time. But I love like wholesome cursed content. I play like a lot of story-based games, mostly single player. I'm also a cosplayer and a robotics engineer, and I love combining all that stuff. We have a lot of fun. And I also love telling about like my wacky dating stories.
Ooh,
That's
okay. Well, then we're gonna throw some.
Oh.
I mean, all girls on tonight, so we gotta have some dating stories in here because I'm curious too.
Yeah, me too. I think girls have like the weirdest dating stories.
Oh, facts. It's insane. I'm like, what the fuck? Guys do that shit?
Yeah. The audacity of some men.
Yes.
I mean, there's some girls I've been on dates with. I'm just like, is this shit happening to me right now? Come on.
Who raised you?
Yeah, it all depends, all the different things. But Primo, welcome to the show. I just want to say thank y'all for being here. I know we had a late start chat. Hello, everybody. I will be getting the first question topic going, but before we do that, let's go ahead and do a cheers to everyone on the cast, !cast. Make sure everyone checks them out and follows them. And let's have a wonderful stream. And cheers to Soso Sake too for helping. Sponsor the
Soso
Barcast
Sake.
as well.
Love so sake.
Cheers.
Oh, you have some Cosmic Audrey?
Yeah, they
What
sent
a
me more. I
W.
was so happy.
Yeah, they're an amazing
They're
company.
so freaking sweet. I found out, fun fact, they are within relatively the same area as me and went to my friend's pub, like just brought some stuff just like for how alcohol companies bring alcohol to places to like sell their stuff.
I love
And
that.
I was telling my friend about Soso Sake and he's like, oh my God, they've brought in stuff to my pub. They're so good.
It is. It's really good.
So cool.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. And that's who I'm going to be working with this Saturday. So make sure if you guys want to check them out, they are also shipping to 39 states. And there's your code right there. KurlyChris 20. Or Curly 20. It's on screen. All right. Let's go ahead and start this and get this going for the first topic. Who wants to start it off? Do you want me to pick on
I'll
someone
start.
new? Who?
I'll start if you need me to, but if you have someone else in mind, go for it.
Emma, you want to go first?
Sure.
All right.
I was that person who always raised my hand in class, yes.
Yeah. Were you?
Someone's got to do it.
I know, right? If not me, then who?
All right. Emma's going first. Might make it a little bit more. I'll start. I'll start light and nice, and then as the show proceeds.
I'm nervous.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous.
Why?
Because you just said that.
All right, I'll make it easy. All
right.
I'll put it in chat too.
No math, please. No math.
No, we're not. Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Question.
All right. This is just to start it off and get you guys a little more comfortable since some of you are nervous. All right. What's the best thing you've ever purchased? So what's one of the best things you've ever purchased?
That's a really good question. Well, I feel like tech stuff, I'm kind of like, I gotta go into tech stuff, I feel like. My Go XLR is amazing. I feel like it makes my audio quality so much better. So I'm really glad I have that. Maybe I could think of a better answer. Maybe some shoes also. Some of my favorite shoes.
Is there a specific shoe?
Yeah, it's the shoes that I wore during my V cosplay, the ones that are like chromatic, and they're like Nike Airs and they reflect light. So they're like rave shoes. They're really cool.
Okay. So some shoes. When girl says shoes.
Or my Go XLR, yeah.
Like that.
Go XLR goated for sure.
Yeah. Big
Go
time.
XLR. Okay, so some tech and some shoes. A little bit of both. All right. Let's hear it from the rest of the cast. It's one of the best things.
I want to
ever.
say Lollapalooza tickets. That was one of the
What?
best Lollapalooza tickets.
That
one
is
of the
so
best-
random.
One of the best experiences of my entire life. Like, I've been to a lot of festivals and raves, and it's not like the most money that I've ever spent on anything, but you're asking like one of my favorite purchases. I'm gonna say Lollapalooza because it was like an impulse buy and it was such an incredible experience.
Wow. Do you think because it was an impulse buy that maybe you didn't have a lot of expectation for it?
No, I mean, the headliners, I had some very high expectations, and it was met and surpassed.
Okay, cool.
It was
So-
just like, there's nothing that can compare to like a festival that big with like the artists that were there. Like, I think it was Flume and Childish Gambino headlining.
sounds
Ariana
good.
Grande was headlining. Like, it was amazing. It was so beautiful.
All right, so we got a concert on our hands then. All right, let's hear it. Who else?
Say like the nerdiest answer possible, but I loved my 3D printer. I
That's
think I got
cool.
like really smart
So cool.
making and like it really helped me like figure out like what I really wanted to do like engineering with it. And I made like a bunch of cool stuff. Like I made the sword up above here. And I just love using it. I've modded the crap out of it, honestly. Like it's not really original anymore, and spent like a lot of money on it. But yeah, I really, really enjoy it.
Would you recommend for people to invest in a 3D printer? Like, do you think there's like a future thing where creators need that, or do you think it's like a niche thing?
I think it's becoming a lot less niche. Like there's huge databases online of like parts that you can download. Like you don't really need to be like a designer to use a 3D printer. Also, this one's like $300 Canadian. So it's not like a big investment. It's pretty small for like what you can get, and like you can make a lot of different things. So you can kind of expand your horizon with just having like a magical maker thing in your house.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing that you've made with your 3D printer?
Probably the sword.
Okay.
Up there. It took so long to sand though. Oh my god.
It looks so cool.
Thank you.
It's okay, but I'm gonna blow you up so people can see it better. Maybe you don't have to get off the wall.
I can grab it if you want.
Yeah, actually, I think we all want to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
That's actually
If we're
really
being
crazy.
honest,
That's
we
like
wanna
a
see
3D
it.
printer. That's insane. That's actually 3D printed.
Wow.
So funny story is that I actually smashed it on my
Dang.
ceiling. It's actually
Oh my god.
parts you can kind of see the line over here. But this is for a Siri cosplay, and then I painted the crap.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Holy crap.
That is a lot of sanding. It looks
Impressive.
really good.
I spent like 20 hours sanding it, and then
Yeah, I was gonna
smashed
say
it
it
on
looks
my
like
ceiling.
perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, I like was really.
I can't
hyped
believe
to
you made that.
Shoved it up there. Not great. But yeah, no, it's super cool. And I mean, you don't have to do something this fancy, but like even the hooks that it's sitting on in my wall are 3D printed as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think this is printed in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish pieces, maybe a few more. I just saw like a chat question.
If you were to like sell that, how much would you sell that for?
Probably like $100 or a few $100s. I put less work
Nice.
into it. I wasn't selling it, to be
So
perfectly honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That's
too much print
crazy,
time
though.
though.
You can sell that
Yeah.
for like $1,000.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That is so nice.
It also has metal in it though, so it's like a
What?
little bit sturdy. Like I got metal rods and it has just like holes that you got to put it through.
Wow.
That's so
it's,
cool.
It's really
I
cool.
kind
And
of want
like
a 3D printer now.
you should get one. Like the filament isn't that expensive. It comes on like a roll of like plastic, and it's like $30 for like a kilogram. And this used like I don't know, maybe like a quarter of that. So it's like not expensive at all to print. Would recommend. If you need help, let me know. I'll help you set it up.
I love that.
Super cool.
All right, sorry, I kept full screening you. I didn't realize that we were talking about the sword. I apologize.
Everybody wants to see the sword.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, imagine 3D like 3D printing a sword. Imagine like if you were dating someone and like I 3D printed you a weapon.
Oh, I'm
That's-
sorry. You mean imagine marrying that person?
Yeah, I was gonna say married on the spot.
Imagine marrying
My friend's
someone.
also a maker, so it's the worst.
Imagine.
All right, chat, if you're listening, buy some 3D printers right now.
How to get girls
Not
3D
spawns.
printing.
How to get
You can
girls? How to
drink
get
Could be
guys?
spawns
too.
though.
Could
How to get
Deserve to be
laid.
spawns.
3D printer.
But
Taking
don't
notes.
make any like special toys with your 3D printer because it's like actually unsafe. It's like bad for germs and stuff.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
Wise
yeah.
words.
Just,
So the material is porous, I'm assuming.
it's like so, but because of the way it prints, it's got like layer lines. So that's why I had to sand that. So you can like run your finger along it, like has like little grooves, and that collects a lot of germs, and it's really gross.
Right.
I also it might like break, and because they're not like that strong, so I just wouldn't recommend it. I guess you could
Okay.
like 3D print it and then cast it, and then you
Oh
can do
yeah.
that. But I would not recommend printing things like that.
Noted.
Just so you know, in case before. And someone like they're like, "Do you do anything fun?" I'm like, "No."
Too busy sanding.
Literally.
I want a 3D
Love
printer.
that.
You should
Well,
get one.
like
I will teach
Googling
you
it.
how. I
For-
promise.
All right,
He's got
cool.
one in his like
So we-
Amazon shopping cart right now.
Like, sorry, I'm a little busy.
Throwing wish list 3D
Do you hear
printer.
his nervous laughter? He's literally doing that right now.
Yo, chill. You gotta call me out like that, okay? Let's hear from somebody else. Let's drift it towards away from me.
Googling it right now.
All right,
The
let's
best
hear
thing
it.
that the best thing that I've ever purchased are dog ears that match my hair. That's the best thing I've ever purchased in my entire life.
Beautiful.
Game changer.
They did. They changed my life. I got them right whenever I started social media, and they've like become a really big part of my brand. Is the whole dog girl thing, and here I am. So yeah, those for sure. They're actually I'm getting them shipped back to me because I had to send them off for repairs. That's how often I've used them.
Aw.
Do you change your hair color or do you normally have the same color hair?
I have changed it in the past. I try to always base it. This is like my natural base color is like a lavender kind of color. But I like to keep it like this for the most part.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So true, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought you meant like it naturally comes out of your head as purple, and I was really confused.
Yeah, it does.
And then,
You are the main character in an anime, or you are the person that the main character falls in love with?
absolutely
Thank
main
you.
character energy.
You're very welcome. I
There we
hope
go.
you're the villain that the main character falls in love with, because I love that like enemies to like lovers trope.
I'm about to be the villain in this room with all these beautiful women around me. I'm about to have to Chris.
Love villains.
Okay.
Villains are my favorite.
Every week, this is what happens. I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. Do I say anything?
Chris
I mean,
is actually just a matchmaker for all of the women that he knows.
I literally, one of my best friends, I've known him since he was like 5 years old, is dating another streamer they've been together for a year and a half.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Goals.
They met on the Barcast. They met on the Halloween Barcast in 2021.
Halloween on top
Dang.
of that.
That's so
Love that
sweet.
for them.
They're such a hot couple. I love it. They're both models. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's goals. Modeling.
Which
with,
is the new Tinder.
It's a dating app, whether you like it or
okay,
not.
listen. Remember what we just talked about with people being on my show? This is why they want to come on, because you guys say this shit. Anyway, swipe right if you like the show. All right. Let's hear from a couple more before we go to the next topic.
I've spent like an ungodly amount of money on like anything Borderlands related. I have a small shrine right here. I'm painting shelves to go on this wall that will display like my Borderlands rubber duckies, my Borderlands posters, everything like that. Borderlands is my absolute fucking favorite thing. And then other than that, tattoos.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so tattoos.
Oh yeah.
It's an investment too, which is really cool.
Yeah, and they're fun. They're just like, it won't come off. It's
That's a good one.
Ever.
Why? What sparked the Borderlands? Because that was so specific.
I fell in love with Borderlands when I first saw it. I think I was like 16. My friend at the time was playing it, and I had never played something besides like Sims and Mario and stuff like that. I never played on an Xbox, never played any games to that kind of sense. And I saw it, and it was in an area in Borderlands 2 DLC, the pirate DLC Oasis. And it was just so beautiful and so pristine. And like from that moment, I was just always hooked on it. And I've bought in the Borderlands games on every console that I own, on my PC. I've bought in it from multiple of like my friends or my boyfriend to just like play with me, because I'm just like, I need it. I need you to play it with me. And they're just like, okay, like we can play sometime. And then they play it and they get hooked. And I was just like, you should have listened to me earlier. And eventually I want to get a Borderlands tattoo.
I thought you would have
It's
one,
just-
to be honest.
Yeah, me too,
yet.
Loki.
Yeah.
I started getting tattoos about a year ago. This was my first tattoo. It was like, it's in honor of my dog who passed. And then it was just like, this one's super meaningful. It took me months to decide what to get. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to get another tattoo for a really long time. And then that summer last year, there was like during Shark Week, like a shark saving organization partnered with a tattoo shop to do like a pop-up, and all the proceeds, every single one of the proceeds went to the shark saving organization. And I fucking love sharks too. Like my bed sheets are sharks. There's like a stuffed shark right there. There's multiple stuffed sharks. And someone in my community was kind enough to donate money to me because I didn't have money. And I went, I got this His name is Finian. Oh, we're turning.
Whoa,
He's
that's
got a little
cool.
sailor boy.
Cute.
Got a little sailor hat. His name's Finian. And so I got another tattoo that doesn't really mean anything, but he's just my little sailor man. So Borderlands is on the list.
Love that.
I feel like all these answers are just completely different, which I love to start to show off. So good job. Let's hear it from one more person, and then we'll go to the next topic, spice it up a little.
The gas
was-
get this fucking thing.
The what?
Aw.
You said the cat?
Gas. Yeah, because the cats, both my cats are free from the shelter because they were overstocked here in Austin.
Oh.
Wait, what's your cat's name? The one you're holding?
This one's Kiki from Studio Ghibli.
So
And
cute.
the other one is Arietti, also from Studio Ghibli. This one is the baby. She's the baby. Like the shelter people, whenever I adopted her, the guy that gave her to me cried because he's like, that one's my favorite. I was like, you can come visit her anytime you want. But she's a cutie. And she has like a broken tail.
Oh.
I don't know why. Let's see if she'll stay still. Like the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very end is
been through it.
broken. I think it's from those traps where they have to transfer them from the big one into like the smaller one, with the sliding door. I think they just got the end of her tail.
Oh.
Like, it doesn't hurt her. It's just crooked. It's like this.
Mm-hmm.
Could have also been a birth defect. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a cat that looks actually a lot like your cat, and she has a little corner piece out of her ear because she got scuffed up, I guess, in the streets. And it makes me love her even more because I'm like, you've been through it, and now you're so.
Me, Anthony's like, you spoil your cats too much. I'm like, they started out on the streets. They deserve
Yeah, if you deserve it.
Period.
There's no
They had
such
it
thing
rough.
as too much spoiling when it comes to animals.
No such thing.
We actually had Blair on the show a couple weeks ago. Her cat's name is Kiki too, so it's very.
Aw.
You have a Kiki friend. I think of Drake from Kiki, so
See, I love the name Kiki, but I learned that it's also a bad word. So I was very upset with that.
That's a bad word?
Like the
Kiki?
So my partner tried to name his Pokemon after the cats, and it wouldn't let him enter Kiki
What?
Really?
That's
because
weird.
it means vagina. So
really.
it does.
I only heard of Kiki as like, oh, we're gonna go Kiki.
I love
like,
that.
We're gonna go talk.
You guys, back
It changes
we
everything now.
There's a
I
character in
named my
Animal
me back
Crossing.
in the day Kiki.
That's so funny.
Because I didn't want to use my actual name. I named my me on the week Kiki.
Love that.
Wow.
That does change everything though, because now
It
the
does.
Kiki Do You Love Me song and a whole bunch of other shit. It's like they said vagina.
I like that.
Not a real name.
You said the
I'll
thing.
remember. Every time I hear that song now, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Meow. Meow.
My head went way too far with this. Okay, let's go to the next topic.
no.
See the gears turning.
The gears are turning, and the oil's in there, and the lube. All right, what are you procrastinating on
And the
right
what?
now?
Cleaning up my hidden mess behind my chair. Just gonna cover that back up now. Now it's gone.
I didn't even see it.
Is
It's
it
right
always
out of
messy?
sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
This apartment is way too small for 2 people to live in, and even then, I have a lot of shit. So this apartment was already too small, so now everything's just kind of stacked top of each other. It's driving me insane.
I call boxes with like random crap in them my doom boxes.
Yes. I have so many right here.
I feel that.
I have a management book in here. That's staying in the box.
I'm procrastinating on setting up for my stream on Friday because I want to like do some cool shit, and like do some stuff with like overlays and whatnot. But y'all know if you're a streamer, you know how fucking long that takes. Like
Yeah.
people are like, oh, being a streamer is so easy. It's like, dude, this took me 5 hours just to set this shit up. Like
Yep.
I had to troubleshoot so much and like there was no answers online. Reddit had no answers. Like over here struggling, bro. So I am procrastinating on that. Yeah.
It's
Like
pre-production.
no crash right before your stream as well,
Yeah, definitely gotta test it out. Do a whole free.
How many times have you streamed and your alerts are fine, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is actually going to work, and you have the best stream and none of your alerts are working? And you're
Literally.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the alerts, dude. I've always had problems with fucking alerts.
it's weird. It's so random. Like, there's so much random stuff. Like, yesterday I started off my stream, and then there was no audio. I'm like, what?
I didn't touch anything. Like, what the hell?
Why?
Good touching. I just turned it back on.
Once I switched my USBs because I unplugged everything to like clean my PC and then I plugged it back in. And apparently with like OBS and shit, if you end up switching your USBs to like different ports, it can just completely fuck up and stop working.
Yep.
So like my audio wasn't working because my GoXLR was plugged into a different USB port. And then right when I switched it over, it started working again. I was like, that's so weird. Like that should not be a thing.
XLR is supposed to make life easier, but it always makes my life way more difficult.
Audio better, but life harder.
I know one of the biggest things that I've been procrastinating, and it's kind of like upsetting me in a way, is so I've been on Twitch for 7 years, and I always was like, when someone got partnered, you unlock more emotes. And over the years, they unlocked a lot more emote slots, and then even affiliates got a lot more. And I always saw partner streamers, and I was like, why the fuck don't they have more emotes like they're supposed to? Because I know there's a general base. And I turned into that person, and I've been procrastinating it. And now I feel stupid because I'm the one that was like, gross. If I had more emote slots, I would have more emotes. And now I have 29 emotes that I still need to fulfill. And I've been procrastinating. And it's a lot of work. And now I know why. And I'm just like upset with myself because I'm like, I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm procrastinating it. And I think it's the decision-making part of it.
Yeah.
That's the hardest
Just
part.
make one, just make one every like couple weeks, you know?
Start with one, baby steps.
Yeah.
20 every
Baby
couple of
steps,
weeks. I'm
yeah.
29. I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be like 2040 by the time I finish.
It's better than
2
0.
a week. Start with 2 a week and then maybe do 3 a week.
It seems like a huge daunting task when you have 29, but if you only have one, that's an easy task,
Oh yeah, but
Would
you have
you
to
be
bit bad.
Making
down.
it yourself,
There's
or
so
would you
many things.
be talking to an artist?
I definitely wouldn't be talking to artists because that's just so expensive, and I'd rather use that for like tech gear, like cameras and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Talk with a creative friend, and maybe they can get you to like have the creative juice flowing, and you just make so many of them.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, to be honest, like I do the dumbest stuff, and I did Vine and I did TikTok, so I have dumb faces all over the internet. So I'm sure I just can pull those.
Yeah.
You can confirm.
Well, one of my favorite,
Thanks.
like one of my friends on here, he has like he streams Toontown, and that's a very niche thing, and it's not something that
Toontown.
Wow, throwback.
Toontown.
Wow.
he's awesome. He
That's a
streams
throwback.
Toontown. He's like the top in the category. There's like a whole
That's so
Toontown
cool.
community on Twitch, you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
I have
That's
a
fucking
Toontown
sick.
header photo on
Remember
Twitter.
the Toontown commercials?
Yeah, dude.
When we were
Bro, that
kids.
game was the best.
I was trying to use my mom's office computer, trying to download it, and I couldn't get it. And I was very upset. I was just looking at it the whole time, like, I want to play.
Toontown.
He has a couple toonish emotes, but one of like a couple of his are just ones that he makes. Like one of his is like a picture of Toothless, but he's like with a panicked face, and then another one is like a sad Stitch. And so those are just like things that I see myself and realize and see other people that we share a community with using in other people's streams because there's like
True.
relatable cute emotes. And so like it doesn't all have to be you, and I think that takes off a lot of pressure. Like a lot.
So I need to make a shoey one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it a GIF so you can see like the liquor pouring out of
The
it.
GIF ones are so fun.
I'll puke right now.
God.
How clean are those shoes? Because I feel like they're
Oh,
not
I never
clean.
washed it,
No.
but I wore it one time. I only wore.
Alcohol sterilizes.
Yeah, I wore it one time, and I was dressed as a Dick in the Box character for Halloween, and they're fancy shoes. They smell fine. They're fine. I've done maybe like at this rate 15 shoeys, maybe more now. It doesn't taste bad at all. It's fine. It just
You gotta
How
be
do I not
upgraded
believe
at
you?
this point.
it's a brand. It's like
Shoey?
literally when I first poured my first drink in there, I smelled it before, and it smelled like a brand new shoe, like leather. It's a leather. It's like a fancy shoe.
Yeah, just keep telling yourself that.
So apparently shoeies are just not enough. So now you're upgraded to bar shots only.
You know what? I'm gonna do cup shot. Never mind. Sorry. I gotta
You just
plug
have
my
to do really
mouse in.
gross bar shots where it's like all the leftover alcohol poured into a glass. That's what you have to do now.
No,
From like the mat.
It's a no
Once
from
you
me,
hit
dog.
15 chewies, you're not allowed to do them anymore. They're not working.
True. We gotta step it up.
The real question is, who's procrastinating to answer this topic?
True.
I can answer.
Let's hear
I'm
it.
procrastinating my taxes.
Oh, girl,
Same.
They're so overwhelming. There's so many different things.
Why no tax class? Why no tax class in high school? Why?
Yes, I
That's a
agree.
great
Why not?
question.
Teach us,
Literally,
teach us,
what
like,
the fuck?
actual good stuff that we're gonna use down the
The
road.
one thing that
like-
you would use every single year, guaranteed, would be your
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah.
Like,
No, we're not gonna teach them that. They don't.
no
need to know
finance
that.
class. Like, okay.
Do you guys remember Junior Achievement? It was like this, like they taught you how to like write a check. It was
Yeah,
Southern. I don't
learned
know if
that.
you guys had that, but like I still think back to like filling out this check as like a third grade child whenever
Yeah, I
I'm like
did that too.
writing. Like it's so helpful. Why?
I still have to look
Literally.
it up though every time.
My check class. What the fuck?
Love that.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one, Dragon. Though procrastinating my taxes, like my brother he's actually certified with H&R Block, so he's like, I'll help you. You just have to send me your info, and I sent it to him. Nope,
Oh,
nope.
like going through and finding all the receipts on things to claim. Like, I wish I was more organized. I wish I had my life together just at least a little bit more.
Maybe I would feel like I would just use my Gmail and just like look through shit, you know?
That's what I'm relying on Amazon because like going through my Amazon orders, I'm just sort of like, oh, okay, I know this charge and this charge and this charge and this month go to this, so I got that.
Yeah, honestly, that makes it easier.
It's harder depending on your line of work too. Like if you stream full time, you know, you claim the clothes you wear, you claim everything that is
the
seen
clothes
on
I
screen.
wear. Shit, you right.
Yeah.
All my squishmallows
You
are
claim your
claimable.
internet bill?
The beer
Yeah,
I
you
drink.
can.
Let's go.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your router, everything.
Everything.
You can
It's
claim
like,
my nails.
Some of it, yeah. You can't claim all of it, but you can
My
claim
contact
Like a
lenses.
portion.
some
Film.
from your phone list.
Claim the square footage of your room if you're using it.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more
Clothes
you
go
know.
for almost anything. So if you're a salesperson, you can also claim your clothes. So like anything that has to do with like someone in front of you, you can claim the clothes that you like wear on stream essentially, or talk to someone at your job with.
That's
If
why
I
it's so
like
important
clothes
to
too
know.
much, I buy too much of them that it'd be a disaster to go through all of my
Well,
receipts.
that's why.
Get that
Well, that's
money
why.
back.
Next year you keep QuickBooks, you keep a ledger for
This
it,
is
so it's
true.
Smart,
easier.
yeah, smart.
This, you know,
I won't
this,
do it, but that's smart.
this last year, go to like somebody like H&R, and they're gonna like help you map out maybe the big purchases that you can remember, and then next year you know better for yourself.
This is true.
I say that every year.
Okay,
I'm like,
This is the year.
this is gonna be my year.
This is the year, though. This is the year.
just make it
sis.
your year. Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
This is my year. You heard it here.
This is your year.
I believe.
I moved into my apartment in January and I bought a new bed and this headboard, which is really cool because it attaches to the wall. So it is just very, very secure. Awesome. The frame was supposed to be in like a few days after. It only came in a few days ago and there was only like 6 that came in, and you can't order online to pick up in the store unless there's more than 10. And so I had to run over before work one day, borrow my buddy's car. I actually had to like bring my buddy and my boyfriend along because each box, there were 5, were like 40 to 60 pounds. I don't like working out. I can't really lift those, at least not easily. So I had to borrow someone else's car, bring people with me, run in, grab it. By the time I got there, there were only 3 left, like 2 days later. And I have not made the bed frame yet. There are 2 out of the 5 boxes there, and 3 are just lining my hallway. I haven't had time to make them, like between like work and streaming and just trying to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours a night. I haven't had time to like make the bed frame yet, but I got it.
So you've been procrastinating.
Yeah, but I've been procrastinating that, and I'm making my boyfriend and I cosplays for WonderCon. And I have most of the things. I just have to put them together. And we're doing Psychos from Borderlands. And I have the orange pants, but I'm going to paint the cell shading onto them. And I have to go buy the paint and do it and all those fun things. And I have a little over a week left. So I got this. And I have to make this.
You do.
Wig for Geralt, too.
Yes.
Very excited for it. I am going to lose so much sleep. But that's a different day's problem.
Yeah, right now we're in the moment.
Yeah. Live in the moment, baby.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
This is our year.
Yeah.
This is our year. Cheers to it being our year, y'all.
Yeah, they'll cheers to 2022.
2022, baby.
It's a good year for me, so. It's about the
That's a
fucking
cute
time.
mug.
That's all I gotta say. What are you guys doing in there? One of you guys, you fix it? Did you fix her name? Thank you.
I've been Austri.
I've been trying to fix
I've been
it.
calling myself Cosmic Audrossi. I love it. Every time I see that, that's what I see it saying. I know it doesn't actually say that when it was misspelled, but I was like, yeah, that's me, Cosmic
Is it
Audrossi.
working?
Love that. Oh my god, take a shot every time I say love that today.
There we go. Thank you.
Love that.
All right. Well, my mouse died for a second there, and I couldn't find the cord to plug it in, so that was pretty fun. I never turn it off. Like you would think when you turn your computer off, your mouse would turn off with it, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Rude.
So I always
It's
forget to turn
annoying.
it off. Yeah, it's like a separate.
At least you turn your computer off. A lot of people just leave theirs on all night.
Guys, turn your computer
Yeah.
off. If there's one thing you do for the life of your computer, turn it off.
Yeah, I
for
have to have it
real.
like pitch black or red lights. So,
Mm-hmm.
or otherwise I don't like sleeping.
I always sleep with red lights. That's so funny that you said
It
that.
actually helps a lot for me
I
too.
always sleep with red lights, yo. I thought I was weird. I never told anybody that or like talked about that before.
Why is it?
No,
weird?
it helps me sleep for sure.
I sleep in red lights every night, and I'm always like,
Yo, I even put
It's good for your brain.
I even put a
love it.
blindfold on. Oh, that sounded bad.
Ooh,
Like
that shit's great.
No,
I love
You know, like
that.
a little eye mask.
Yeah,
That's what
an
you
eye
need.
mask,
Not
that's what I
blindfold,
meant,
right?
yeah.
I blindfold
we
myself.
love a good
Leather blindfold.
With the
Yeah,
red light.
lights and a blindfold. Nice.
I
Man,
can't sleep. I
can only
sleep
sleep with
eye
it.
mask too.
Sure.
Yeah, eye masks
Right.
are great.
I'm
You'll never wake up.
Same thing, right? I mean,
I used to put a shirt over my head. And I couldn't sleep like with any light on, and I would like just cover the shirt to go like this.
oh
and
yeah,
then
no, the red light.
above.
I like sleeping in pitch black and like you can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think
guys, do you really leave your computer on sometimes?
I'd
Just
have
being
to
real
pay
with you.
my own
My
electric
friend.
bill. I don't think I'll ever leave anything on.
Oh,
'Cause
my
fuck that.
boyfriend is the reason that I have my PC, so bless his soul. And I absolutely love him. And he has made sure that from the beginning that I knew, like, if I'm not using it, even if I'm going to like the bodega, like turn it off.
I feel
And
like
so-
that is maybe a little bit far, just because I don't know. I mean, the only knowledge I have comes from Google, but on Google, the smart people on Google say to not turn it off. Like it's kind of like a car. I feel like where it's like, if you're it's like takes more energy to park than it does to just like idle or whatever. So like it might be better to just like leave it on if you're gonna use it all day and then like turn it off at night.
Or put it in sleep mode at least, like during
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
Yo,
Okay, yeah.
I feel like
That makes
mine's gonna go into sleep mode and then go into coma and never wake up the way this computer runs.
Fuck.
You'll be at its
Hibernate.
bedside deciding what you have to do if you have
Yeah.
to let it
Rather than get to
Right,
try
my
to turn it
computer a
back
fucking
on,
will.
go. Yeah.
playing with the
I guess I'm
USB.
also just in a spot where I can't afford to fix it if something goes wrong.
Yeah, no, that makes
So
sense.
I just really need to take care of my computer.
Yeah, same.
Turn your computer off when you go on vacation. That's the one that bugs me. Like, if
Oh my
you-
god, yeah.
A lot of people don't do that. They leave it on, and I'm like,
What?
put it in sleep mode. I'm like, just turn it off. If you have a short or something happens, that's on.
Like, don't you like
Yeah.
sleep? Your computer does too.
Let's go
I
in
just feel like it's working hard for us, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to be able to pay my bills.
Isn't it a good feeling when
Leave
something
my
works hard
That
for you
too.
and supports you?
Yeah.
Sometimes our computers are the only ones that work hard for us, you know?
Yeah.
I think.
I just-
Shit, this is
In
deep.
life.
All right, let's hear it. Let's go to the dating side. Are you guys ready? Are you girls ready? There's no guys, just me tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I'm
Scummy.
from California.
You can call
I
me guy,
say
that's all right.
dude.
So
Yeah, me
I
too.
call everyone dude.
I learned like when I was like at the cocktail server, like we couldn't say like, "Hey guys," we would have to say, "Hi folks," and we weren't even from the
Ew.
South.
I say y'all.
Yeah.
folks.
Y'all,
It's
y'all.
like Midwesting.
Hi, y'all.
Folks.
Hi y'all.
Folks.
Folks, how you doing?
Howdy,
folks?
folks.
Hello,
Howdy,
everyone.
y'all.
Howdy, folks.
Welcome to
Welcome
the
on
dating
in to
side.
the cocktail bar. What can I get you?
All right. What is a dating story you would like to share with us?
Can I go
Anything?
first?
Yes, please. This is one of my favorite. I love stories on the Barcast. We haven't done them in a while, to be honest. Like specific topic.
This is the weirdest date I'd ever been on, to clarify. And I think you will all agree it's fucking whack. I was on like a Discord date with somebody, just like we met on Tinder and like we were just chatting over Discord because pandemic. And the topic that we were chatting about, which I'll be honest, it's not the best like first date topic, but it was like the saddest things we'd done during quarantine.
I love that though.
And I told mine, and he was
Real.
laughing. And then he was like, so I made this sock puppet that I would talk to during quarantine to like make me feel less alone. And he had this like very nicely made sock puppet that he showed me from his like living room. And then he brought it up to his ear and he's like, oh, what's that? Oh, dude, I know she's pretty, but like, she's right there. I can hear you. Wait, what? Oh man, I'd love to do that to her, but dude, you can't say that. She's sitting right there, she's gonna hear you. And he did this like, act for like a few minutes, and I'm just sitting there like, what do you do? What do you say?
Those
Right?
are Sacco Bo
I don't know,
Burnham
you
vibes,
end the
but not in a
call,
good
though.
way.
What did you do?
I think I was just frozen and like chuckling uncomfortably because I was like,
What did the sock say though?
he didn't say anything. Like he was just like pretending the sock was whispering in his
I
ear.
hate that. I hate that. I'm trying not to judge, but I hate that so.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I've never been objectified by a sock before. You know?
I love how all of our faces across the board just slowly turned into.
Right?
Horror.
Horror.
Did the
Everyone
socks
that
have
I
any
really-
stains on it?
No, it was like a really nicely made sock puppet.
Okay,
It's like
that's
it wasn't
good.
like
That's good,
one
at
of
least.
these.
Toshka, thank you.
Yeah, it was like it looked like a kind of a cylinder, but it was like sewn on button eyes. Had like
Damn,
a
bro.
beard and
Him and that
hair.
sock are close as fuck. You're about to third wheel him in that sock.
You guys weren't having like a gentle conversation about the saddest thing you did in quarantine. He was like confessing to you.
He was confessing.
You have to tell someone.
That is
To tell someone and that someone was you.
Yeah, it
Did
was
you ask that sock what that mouth do?
No, I did not ask the sock what the mouth did. I didn't want
Don't
to know.
knock it till you try it.
it probably would have just stared right at her and just been like staring at her and not saying a word.
Like, you want to see?
I would have been like, you poor sock. The things you've seen. I'm so sorry.
Oh God.
I have no
Things
idea why
you
you gave the
felt.
sock like a douchebag personality as well. Like, why did you give your sock this vibe? Like,
Did it have
is that-
googly eyes?
No, it had like nicely sewn on button eyes. Like they matched.
It had a whole
Sewn on.
personality.
So he did it on. He
Like
made
hand
this
sewn?
sock really nice. I guess so. It was a Discord call. I couldn't see the details.
Wow.
But yeah, he socked up it and then objectified me with it on the date. And then I had to find a way to leave. I mean, I probably should have just been like, goodbye.
Yeah, that's when you just hang up.
Honestly, I was having like connection issues. Yeah, no, I
Like,
somehow
oh my
sat-
God, I have to go pick up my grandpa from the hospital. Bye.
I feel like talk to my cousins, boyfriends, dogs, mothers.
Yeah, I have to go wash my grass. I'll be right back.
Literally. Yeah.
It's actually
It was
awful.
bad. Yeah. it
All
was
right,
weird.
well, who can top McFoley?
Oof. I don't know if I can.
I don't know about
I can't
about
top
that.
it, but I have a weird story myself, I guess. So okay, you girls, like you guys probably know, like I obviously like you guys make nicknames, right, for guys, and like you don't call them their actual names, different nicknames. So this guy, all my friends know is $100 bill guy, because so we were like,
You call him the $100 bill guy.
Yeah.
Does he know?
No, he doesn't. I don't think he knows. Okay, so how he got that name was, so like we were, this is a couple years ago, but we were like hanging out, like we went on like probably like at least like 10 dates. Like it was like to the point where like we were gonna probably start dating. Like that's like where I thought it was going, right? Well, randomly one night he messages me and he's like, how much, or he's like, what would you do for $100? And I was like, what do you, I think he's really sassy, like nothing, I deserve $100. And he was like, and he's like, no, seriously, like, what would you do for $100? And I was like, okay, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I'm just curious how much it would take for me to be able to film me, like, jizzing on your face. Would it take $25, $50, or $100?
$100, bitch. No.
What? It's like lowball ass offer.
I know. It's so low. 100,000, baby. Goddamn.
I was like, I honestly had no words. I was like, I cannot believe this. Because, like, we had been going on, like, so many dates. He seemed like a really nice guy. And then, like, he just, like, threw a curveball at me. I was like, oh, you're done. You're done.
I mean, it's another thing to be like, oh, how much money do I have to pay you? Like, maybe if he asked as a favor, it would be different. But, like, for him to be like, how much do I pay you?
What's your price? With 25. He started off with 25. He's like, $25.
No. He also tried to make you guess what he wanted instead of just being like, yo, can I pay you to do this? Instead of being like, so I have a business offer for you. Like,
And so it's also weird that like he wanted to make it like a business thing when like, I mean, like, if you guys were feeling each other, maybe it could have just like went down. You didn't have to make it weird.
Honestly, like we were at the point where we were almost dating. Like he could have played the long game. He could have just made me his girlfriend. Like
for real, like he could have probably got that eventually, but instead he was like decided to be weird about it.
Yeah, so he's a $100 bill guy.
The $100 bill guy. That's. Have you ever like gotten like a face facial and the bill comes out to like $100 and you're like, fuck.
Sorry.
You get the facial and then he sticks the $100 bill onto your forehead.
He's change. My worst one that I didn't know how to put into words was literally that situation, except a towel, and they asked if they can Superman me.
What is Superman?
I'm trying to envision this.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait.
Do they come on you while like Superman?
Yeah. They wanted to stick the cape where that had happened.
What?
Yeah.
I'm lost. I'm never lost on this one. Can someone message me? Or I don't. Madeline, you too. You don't.
He says some pics.
Do I not?
I had a boyfriend.
Chris and I are like, oh, we haven't practiced this one before.
Like,
yeah, we should.
I had a boyfriend who I met out just like at a fucking coffee place, and he tried to pimp me out once. He was like one of my exes, and we were mini golfing, and then he was like, hey, so like what do you think about like maybe you go on some dates with some guys and like you make some money? I mean, I take a cut of it, but like, and this was a guy I've been talking to for like 2 months. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I think I was like very young at the time too. Like I was maybe like 17 or 18. Like I was like,
maybe he had a cooking kink and he was trying to get money out of it.
I think he just wanted to make money off me. I was like, damn, bro, here I was thinking we were like dating and shit, and we were, but like
that's fucking weird.
Yeah, and so weird. I should have known. Like I should have been better about it. I mean, he was in jail before, and like
I
was like, I was trying to like, I was like, okay, like I'm trying to make the best, like he probably was wrongly convicted, whatever, like, you know, because that's what he told me. And then when this happened, I was like, yeah, that's about to be it. Can you please drop me off?
Just trying to pay off his ramen debt, you know?
I mean, you know something's wrong if you can go to DoorDash and make money. He doesn't have to pimp out his girlfriend if he has like money issues. There's things you can do.
I was just so shook. He said it so casually. He's like, would you maybe want to just like get dinner with, like, you don't have to do anything. You just have to like get dinner and pay like $500. I was like,
wait, so
I'm
was
okay.
he was going to set it up for you?
Yeah, like he was literally wanting to pimp me out. He was like, I got some guys who like would be into that. I'm like,
Where does he have these guys?
I don't fucking know, bro. I stopped talking to him after that, so I
Good.
have no idea.
All right, this is some conspiracy theory shit, but hear me out. What if he set up a seeking arrangements profile for you and was trying to make you do the work?
I was thinking about that too.
Florida men, exactly, Kika. Exactly.
He'd have been giving you like 25% of the cut.
No, he would have. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I would have never done that anyways, just out of principle. Also, I was taken, so like, like,
Yeah, that's...
no idea.
Fuck, I don't know if I can top this. I feel like it's always the guys fucking up when it comes to this shit.
Can you say the question again, clarifying?
Yeah,
because we've had so many great stories that my mind is just going on a tangent.
You're good.
I want to reel it back in.
No, you're good. Hold on one second. What is a dating story you would like to share?
Okay.
I got one.
Yeah, let's go.
So I was with my girlfriend at the time, and the first date I took her on was just like, I like speakeasies a lot, and that was like our first ever date we ever did. And once I took her there, it was a food court, and then inside is a hidden speakeasy that like nobody knows about. They walk by it, right? So that's where it all started. So a year later, on a 1 year like being together, I took her there again. It's like we haven't been back, and that was like our first date. So it was like, you know, reviving the thing. And it's a special thing to do, right? Going back in time, like when you first met or your first date, and going back to the same place. So it's like a lot more like feelings and a lot more like, wow, we're going back. And you have to make reservations on Yelp. There's no phone number, nothing. So we're like walking around and we're getting food, and it was a surprise. I didn't tell her that I made reservations. And while we're walking around, I went to check the Yelp review, and porn came up on my phone. And we were already having like problems having sex with each other. And right when she saw the porn, she lost it and like started crying and like walked out. And I had to convince her that I made reservations, and like I don't know. I didn't know what to do. And it was like one of the worst experiences, because it's like I felt like I did something really bad and wrong, but I don't even, if I have a good, healthy sex life, I don't watch porn at all. And I didn't know what to do, because I was, you know, being my best to support her and stuff like that. But that date was like so rough, because it's like you go from having all this great time to her just bawling her eyes out over just seeing like just the front page. That's it.
Damn.
Literally just the front page. That's all she saw.
Hey, let me check your fucking search history real quick.
Yeah, no, she didn't watch it at all or anything. And I was like, we lived like 35 minutes away from each other, but she was so busy all the time and didn't make the effort and was already having issues. And I was like, I was, you know.
I feel like you gotta talk about that shit with your partner. Be like, do you consider watching porn cheating? Like, literally ask that question outright to avoid shit like that, unfortunately. Like, what do you consider cheating and what do you not consider cheating? Like, if I flirt with someone to get a free drink, is that cheating? If I don't kiss them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different for everyone. So I feel like you have to have those conversations, but it never comes up naturally. So, like, it's tough.
I think, like, she knew, but I think the fact that I just didn't do it anymore because we had a healthy sexual relationship, I think that's what she thought in her head, but we didn't at all for months and months. But like that was 4 years ago, and I still remember that. And I was like, I'm not cheating on you or anything. And I get it. Like at this end of the day, though, they're gonna bawl out and cry about it in the middle of public and stuff over something that like you kind of knew was coming. It was really rough. So
I think it's super important to have communication. Like it's like the base of a relationship, really. And it's scary sometimes, but I think it's super, super important to just talk with your partner and trust them that they won't like explode or something. And if you're talking about something early enough anyway, like they shouldn't explode anyway. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Catch things before they become issues.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Is establishing everything at the beginning of a relationship so you know what you're getting yourself into. What if you start hiding stuff and then 3-6 months later it comes out? That's when all the problems.
Like, what are the expectations? You know what I mean? Like, it just makes for a healthier situation in general. None of that like mind games type of shit. You know.
I heard once that you can, like, the person shows you all their red flags in the first 2 weeks of you knowing them, but, like, you just are blinded. You just don't see it because you're so excited.
Rose-colored glasses.
That's true.
Rose-colored glasses, yeah. I do the 3-month dating rule, and then if I really feel weird about it, I double it down to 6 months, and then I'll commit.
I think that's really fair. Yeah, I feel like that's very valid because people tend to change up at like 3 and 6 months, you know, because how long can you put on a performance, you know? So like if like you can't fall in love before 3 months or you're probably going to fall in love with someone that doesn't exist. Like
it happens, so it's possible. But
it's happened to me before.
I also go into the mentality with my stepdad. He taught me this when I was young. When I was younger, like I'm 28 going on 29, so I was like 21. And he told me, like, when you know. That's just, especially as you get older, like you know what you want more if you've been dating.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, as soon as you find someone, and that happened to him. He went on one date, and a week later, they lived together for 4 years. They moved back.
Dude, that happened to my mom too. She saw my dad speaking at a convention, had a boyfriend at the time, broke up with him, and made friends with all of his friends. And then they were at the same party at the same time. And she was like, I'm gonna go get beer. Who wants to come with me? And he came with her, and that's how they met. What? She like staged her way around.
Manifested that shit.
Respect.
Really? I'm like, damn, you went in.
She knew what she wanted.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Love that energy.
Right?
Love it for her.
I need that for me. Like
shit.
I mean, I met my boyfriend for the first time as friends, and I broke up with my boyfriend the next day. And I didn't even know if we were gonna be together, but I was like, I just knew my relationship was over.
Wow,
and,
that's crazy.
Yeah, we've been together for a year now.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Current partner brought in the 3D printer parts on our first date, so I knew it was going to work out,
Oh, hell yeah.
Guys, take notes. 3D printer, take notes.
Take that 3D printer. I'm going to throw it on my throne wish list tonight. Don't need to make
I want to buy me a 3D printer.
I'm going to 3D print myself.
Throne is amazing. The Twitch community is amazing. Just want to say that.
I agree. Let's hear from a couple more. 3D printers seem sick. I agree with Heidi. Who else wants to go? It was the last one, and then we'll go to the next topic.
There's a few that I have ideas for, but I'm gonna go with the most appropriate one because I figure things, if judging based off how they trickled down last time, I'm gonna judge that other ones will have different opportunities to come up. But I have a signed Roadhog poster from Overwatch that I got signed at a convention years ago because my ex at the time liked Roadhog. So I was just like, oh, he didn't get to come to the convention with me. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give him this poster. And I was joking around, just because he was being kind of a douchey dude, and that's why he didn't go to the convention with me. And I was just trying to patch things up because I was thinking, oh, it's my fault. It wasn't. We're not together for a reason because I wised up and realized that he was being a gaslight gatekeep boy boss. And except just an ass. And I bought it for him regardless. Thought it would be nice. And Roadhog's voice actor wrote something like, praise your girlfriend. Because I got it for him. He wasn't even at the convention. Gave it to him and he was like, oh, cool. And we broke up a month or so later. A year later, I hear from him again, around my birthday. And he was just like, hey, I just found some of your stuff and I want to give it back to you. And I'm just like, what did you find? It was like a mug that we got from the zoo, which was like probably $1. And
The heck?
the poster, I was just like, I don't want it. It like, it's not signed to me, it's signed to you. Anyways, he's just like basically admitted it was an excuse to like meet up again. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, if this is what is going to give you closure, fine. I took it. Now I have the Roadhog poster in my room because I am now a Roadhog main.
What the?
Somehow I became a Roadhog main, and I'm waiting now to go to a convention that the voice actor is at and like be like, hey, can you re-sign this for me? Just cross it out. I'll still pay you, of course, because it deserves it. But I'm just like, I would like it if you could just cross that out, re-sign it to me, but like should have treated you better, something like that. It's like a reminder to myself now that
I claim it. Yeah.
I like
so
that.
much better.
Mhm.
Thank you. And yeah, there was other things. One birthday, the first birthday during the pandemic, like 2 years after we broke up, I woke up on my car. I was going to go buy a birthday cake with my friend, and we were driving, got in my car, and there was a note on my car from that same ex. It was like 2 years we hadn't spoken. He just put a note on my car during a pandemic, just saying, just like, you're still like the best person ever in my book and things like that. And I was just like,
Okay.
what the fuck?
A list of things men say that give me the ick. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never gone back. I've been broken up with and stuff most of my life, and like been, down these different dating routes, but I've never, like, they're ex for a reason. And like, if I were to ever break up with a girl, it's a futuristic thinking, not like a impulsive thinking. It's more of like, obviously, I think, the best girlfriend I ever had in the last 10 years, I actually broke up with. And funny enough, I like knew that I needed to. And I loved her to death. And 7 months later, she got married. So
Oh my God.
I just knew that like we were like really good. Like we were great like together, but we weren't great for each other. And the guy she married literally is the best guy for her, and they had kids and everything. So it made me happy in the long run. So
Yeah.
Self-awareness.
yeah, to be honest, one of the biggest thing, and I don't talk about religion or politics on the Barcast, but like one of the thing was like religion, and I knew how much she cared about it. And I think you recognizing when someone cares about something a lot and it's not for you, and it can be a little bit of a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Is very
Yeah, it's important because otherwise those things will come out once you're married, and then you're like, are we taking our kids to church? And then that becomes a whole thing. So it's better to deal with it beforehand.
family
Totally.
as well. If it extends
Are we
to family.
having kids?
How do we want to? And how do we want to raise our kids? Are we spanking them? Are we not? Like that
Yeah.
kind of shit you don't talk about until after you're married, and then you're like divorce time. So like,
Yeah.
I usually ask him like the second date. I'm like, do you want kids? I don't want kids. If you want kids, I am not gonna have a long-term relationship with you because it's just gonna be sadness.
But
And
that futuristic thinking, a lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people think like right now, like in the moment, like, and then
yep.
it's really smart.
I definitely would get premarital counseling though, like before I got married.
Yeah.
Everybody could use counseling, no matter if you feel like you have a quote problem or not. Just because.
Yep. Exactly. Even if things are going 100% smoothly, like that's what I mean. Like little things like that you don't talk about necessarily. So like it's important to have those kind of conversations before you like literally like join a bank account and shit.
I mean, the fact that people don't have those kind of conversations is bizarre to me. And I think that's a self-error because quite honestly,
Definitely.
I don't spend time with people who I don't connect with. I don't waste my time. I just wouldn't like whenever I meet people, I want to know what you think about, like, not in like a mean way. I want to know what you think politically. I want to know what you think about sex. I want to know what you think about religion. I'm interested. That is what matters to me as a person. And I can't imagine like having someone close in my life, let alone somebody who I would even like be engaged with, that I like didn't understand where they were at, even if it were separate or different. Just the fact where it's like it's hard to have those kind of conversations. It's only hard if you make it hard,
True.
That's true.
Yeah. I think that it's super stigmatized. I think people, if you're like, hey, like what are you, what's actually like going on in your head? Like, do you want kids? Like, what do you think about this? They're like, whoa, like, why are you like making it like so deep, you know? Like, and I don't really invest effort into like conversation with people who think that way.
Like, if we're going to have a compatible relationship, we need to have compatible lives that we want, you know, or else someone's going to be unhappy, and that's going to be a recipe for disaster.
I think
That's what I think too. Like, I talk about things that matter to me like all the time. So if there's like a new bill that's being like released by Congress, like I want to be able to talk to it about someone, whether or not you agree. It's like as long as we have that like understanding that you know what's important to me and you respect that. Like I think that's the basis of just a healthy relationship, let alone.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Yeah.
Meow. What?
Wait.
Sorry, Meow. What's your sign?
What?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
Oh man, here we go. We
right,
an
no,
hour
I had to
23
know.
in. We had to ask it.
Are we all going around? Are we all saying it?
For sure, Scorpio
No,
vibes.
please.
I love it.
I'm a Cancer.
We have all girls today.
I'm a Taurus.
I'm a Leo.
I'm a Leo.
I'm an Aries.
Nice.
So an Aries.
I'm a serpent.
You're Slytherin? Oh
You're
my god.
Slytherin? Oh,
Same.
It happens every
Love
time.
that
I
for
know.
you.
Every show, somebody has to bring it up, Fletty. You're right. Going off the kid thing, which was really important. I feel like nowadays a lot more people are open to have sex and hook up, and obviously that leads to having a kid, even if it's like considered a mistake. And so I think it's actually important to talk about that beforehand. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like going through my phases, my mom was the one that said something that triggered my brain when I was going through my little phase. And she said, if you sleep with her and she decides, or if you sleep with her and she gets pregnant, are you gonna be happy if she's the mom of your child? And I was like, oh shit.
Oh.
Gotta think about that shit.
Oh shit. So as soon as that happened, that flipped the switch really quick.
Change
Because-
perspective.
Yeah.
It definitely changed perspective on my end. But
Yeah,
perfect.
I suppose that's how I think about like my friends too. Almost like, okay, if I were to have kids, can I trust this person with my child? Almost, it's like I think
Right.
I think very widespread. Like I think extremely long term. Like if I love you, I want to love you forever. You know what I mean?
This is perfect. It goes right into the next topic. What do you think about the hookup culture?
I have so much I can say about this. Dude.
I think
Let's hear
that people should be able to do what they want with their bodies as long as they respect others. Everything is consensual and they're safe and they're honest. Personally, for me, I've never been into hookups like that. In order for me to feel attracted to somebody in that way, I have to have an actual connection with them. I have had hookups before, though, but I've never really enjoyed them personally.
Makes sense.
I think everyone I think everyone that I've ever like been with was someone where I didn't have a moment where like I was like, yeah, this could be the father of my child. Like I didn't think that far ahead. But I definitely made sure it was someone that I thought was like, trustworthy. Was I always right? No.
Yeah.
But like that's what I was going for. I think that hookup culture is okay as long as like everybody who is involved with like your personal sex life, you're being totally honest with about everything that you've kind of done. I don't mean like specifically the people you've been with or anything like that, but like the risks that could be posed and things like that to you, because your health is like important.
Yeah, and I mean, and your mental health is important too. And I've actually looked into it. I know someone who did research on this exact topic about hookup culture in college and how it affects people who are gendered, like men and women, like who use those pronouns. And unfortunately affects women very negatively most of the time. Statistically speaking, that doesn't mean every single woman has a negative experience with hookup culture, but just in general, women usually have a worse time with hookup culture and guys have a better time. So I think that kind of reinforces probably a lot of stuff that girls have experienced. I mean, at least for me in college, I definitely experienced the negative side of hookup culture. But as I've gotten older, I've been able to like see it for what it is and like accept the reality of the situation, you know, and like not catch feelings, for example, or like have those conversations beforehand, or, you know, what are our expectations from this? Which I think in like college or when you're younger, it can be really tough to have those type of conversations because you don't even know to have those conversations when you're young. So I think that's really important with hookup culture. It's just like communicating. And it can be really hard, though, but try to communicate, you know, about what you want and what do you expect. And don't sell yourself short. Don't settle for somebody who's not going to fill your needs. You know, I think the positive for hookup culture that I've experienced, at least, is that if I'm not, you know, in a relationship, I can be talking to a lot of different people and get my needs met by multiple people. Like maybe this person can meet my emotional needs. This person can meet my sexual needs. You know what I mean? Like this person can call me a princess every day. Like, you know, so like that's like the positive. But I think as women, we kind of have to have more insight into like, what are we getting out of this? And like, is this good for us? Is this what we really want? You know? Yeah.
I think it's like, if you want to engage in hookup culture, I feel like you've got to be responsible, especially as women, like especially as like people that can get pregnant, not just women, I guess. Like if you're going to engage in that, like have birth control if you don't want kids, like be getting tested like pretty often. If you have like multiple partners, like get tested.
Make sure your partner isn't lying about being tested. Oh my God.
Show me the receipts
so often.
And have your receipts ready.
Yeah.
Or like if something happens, like if the condom breaks or something, like I like get plan B, like make sure that like you are feeling safe with the experience throughout the entire
sure
with whoever
definitely
you want to sleep with. And I think it's really, really important. And another thing to go off of what you said with like having different people like fulfilling different needs. I think you can have that like kind of polyamorous kind of view on hookup culture of like different people can be different parts of your life and you don't have to have them all forever. Sometimes they're there for a reason that you want at that moment. And that's okay too, as long as everyone kind of knows what's happening. Communication and trust and responsibility is really, really important.
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you guys. I think it's like just like paying attention to your needs. Like, I think for some people, you know, it's great. Other people, like, it just doesn't work for them, and that's fine. So I think it's just like paying attention to you and like what your needs are. Because I know for me personally, like, I feel like, you know, hookup culture is like such a like dominant thing in society that's like, for a while I was like, oh, this is what I should want, or this is what I should need. And I was like, it never was enjoyable to me. So I was like, why am I like doing this? Like, so for me, it's just something that I just know that it's not for me. But yeah, I think for some people, like, it's definitely like, yeah, if people want to do it, that's fine.
I mean, the question of like why do I expect, like, why should I want this, or why do I put this expectation? It's the media. It's the hypersexualization of specifically our children's media, where we are from a very, very young age taught that princesses get kissed by boys and that's happily ever after. And it like that accompanied with so much social expectation as far as around things regarding sex and sex culture, especially depending on where you are regionally, southern, northern, western, eastern. It's scary. And that's why. It's because we're indoctrinated from very, very young to be hypersexualized. It's terrifying, the culture that our kids are growing up in. Like, I see 7-year-olds on TikTok and I'm like, why are you here? Like, where are your parents? Like that I feel like,
why are you doing this sexual trend?
Exactly. I feel like hookup culture, I feel like the negatives of hookup culture are very much more prominent than the positives, because we all agree everybody can do whatever they want. We don't even have to preface it, but you know, just talking very blankly about it, I think it's important to like paint it, you know.
I think too, like, especially as women, you have to think about what you want, because I think as women in society, we are socialized to please men, and we are socialized to think about what they want all the time and like shape ourselves in that perspective, and the male gaze and all that shit's very real. So as a woman, you have to be like, what do I want from a partner? Does this person check out the list? If not, then you have to accept the reality that they're just serving their purpose for you, which might be whatever it is in that moment. And I think that's where like hookup culture became healthier for me, was once I was able to like think critically about the relationships that I was having and like not get into this delusional space or like this obsessive space of like, you know, like, oh, this push and pull, these games, you know what I mean? And being able to like just see it for what it is and accept it for what it is.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And don't feel like pressure to participate if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, for me personally, since I realize it's not for me, like, there's been times like I'm out at the bar and like guys literally have gotten mad at me for like not wanting to go home with them.
Same. I've had that too.
Like, I don't know you anything.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's your expectations, all right? Like, I'm allowed to say no and you gotta go. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's wild. Like, I did an engineering degree and it's like mostly dudes. And I feel like I don't know if this is like all men or anything, but like the men that I experienced like in my degree were very like stereotypical, like, oh, I've bought you a drink, so you're coming home with me, right? I'm like, no, not
Had that
at
before.
all. Especially being like one of the few women that they might interact with. And like, I think a lot of women in engineering are like people that have to put up with a lot of shit. So we have like kind of like a lower like level of like, oh, I won't put up with that, because we're like, yeah, I guess it's happening again, it's fine.
I hate whenever I'm in the moment and I feel that I can literally feel myself start to disassociate and break from the moment at hand, because I know what's coming, and I'm like, in order to safely get away from this person that's bigger than me and stronger than me, I'm simply just gonna vibe. I literally hate that that's our natural reaction. It's disgusting.
For real? It's like you make yourself smaller to be able to like protect yourself in a way. Yeah.
I got anger issues.
Yeah,
That's as soon as I started learning how to just bark at them, it made my life so much easier.
You bark at them?
I do.
What if they have a barking kink? Then you're like, oh fuck.
Well, then I realized that like we're the same, and then it's cool.
And then you're like, oh, we're made for each other.
that actually works.
I guess also to like add on for 1 second, like if the guys that you're with like in school or whatever only see a bunch of women who are complacent in like, oh, I guess I'll put up with that just to deal with it, like they never learn that it's wrong either.
Yeah.
It's just like a double-edged sword of like, do I have the energy and safety to tell this man that he's absolutely wrong and should never do this again?
Yeah.
Or do I only have the energy to be safe in the situation?
Right.
What I find happens is whenever it comes to me personally, the way that I'm treated, I will put up with a lot. If I watch my friends be treated like an ounce by anybody, I'm the first one there up in their face. And it's interesting that flip dynamic, you know what I mean? Like what you'll put up with versus for others.
Right.
Yeah, protect your sisters.
I personally like hookup culture.
Men typically do.
Well, I have a different view of it. I like it because I think a lot of people don't know what they want. And in hookup culture, you just hook up and people hook up. And I know what I want in life. And so when it comes to the hookup culture, you can, because it's a culture now, you can find right away that you can tell, like I can find right away and tell if that person doesn't know what they want in life instantly. And if it wasn't that way, I wouldn't be able to find that out quickly. And you can just tell by their actions or like how you treat them. So like their reactions of how you treat them on multiple different dates. I've had dating apps for 7-8 years. I've had thousands of matches, never wanted to go or meet any of them because that's not the type of guy I am. I'm more of a social butterfly. So like I can go to a bar and all my guys bring me to the bar because I talk to everybody. And then when you talk to everybody, you know, eventually people want to come hang out with you and talk to you and stuff. And that's how I've always been. I've never been to a bar thinking like, I'm going to take a girl out home tonight because
that's the way it should be. I feel like
I just don't care. I don't care to go to a bar. Like if a girl wants to talk to me and show interest, they're going to show interest. And I've always knew that. And, you know, if I want to buy a girl a drink, I'm buying it because like, oh, like this is for you, like as a nice gesture, or like, oh, like you're fun to talk to, this is for you, and I walk away. Like I've done that before so many times and I just don't care to hook up. And I think it's always because I've been really good at talking to people. And I also kind of grew up, you know, having 2 moms and 2 dads. So I kind of like saw the pros and cons, which related over to my relationships.
right.
And when it comes to like hooking up, I did go through a phase of just hooking up and stuff, but I instantly knew like what that girl wanted or why they wanted to be with me. And most of the time it went back to a lot of people don't know what they want.
And I mean, it's true that in the first 30 seconds of meeting somebody, you pick up a lot of information from them. And in interpersonal relationships, within the first 30 seconds, you'll know whether you want that person to be like a long-term partner. You might not know consciously, but subconsciously, you know that. And that's like scientifically proven. So like, you know, it's not just we all experience that, you know? You got to go with that gut. You got to listen to your intuition.
Yeah. But that's how I am now. Like I said, I'm 28 going on 29. And I know exactly what I want in a girl, like to the T, like literally to the T.
And don't settle.
And I don't. I haven't been settling. Like I've been single for going on 4.5 years. I've dated, but it's very wary because because I know what I want, and most people are hooking up, I can tell right away that like this person, is it going to work out? Is it not going to work out? So.
Another misconception is that single people are sad. Like there's like this cultural narrative that like only people in relationships can be happy. It's just not true. Like single people can be extremely happier than people in bad relationships, you know, and there's obviously a lot of people in bad relationships considering the divorce rate is 60%. I know 50% is thrown around, guys. The most recent statistic is 60% of marriages end in divorce in the US. So that's why I also am a huge advocate for premarital counseling for that same reason.
On the other hand of like all of these arguments that we're saying like against hookup culture, like it is like it's kind of like a sexual sampler platter that you can kind of figure out like, oh, what is fun? What do I enjoy? If you haven't experienced it before,
there are pros.
Pick your appetizer, you know, pick your, like, what you don't like kind of thing. And as long as it's like safe, then it's a pretty decent environment to kind of try that, you know.
I guess somebody mentioned earlier, like, I think it was on the terms of like how hookup culture doesn't necessarily have to equate to those kind of like interpersonal relationships that feed you a lot of different like areas. Like, you know, this person calls you a princess, this person degrades you, this person does this. Like for me, I'm a huge proponent that just like interpersonal like relationships in general like don't have to be like sexualized. And so like hookup culture, I guess, because as I'm like sitting here, I'm thinking about like the way that I interact with others, I feel like is almost hookup. I'm like, yeah, like let's meet up, let's hang out, like let's get to know each other, and if we're comfortable, then like, you know, I feel like there's a lot of ways that I'll play with you, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of things that I will do that don't have to inherently be that, you know, hook up, pick up, and pick down. And so I think that's an interesting like thing to think about also is how Emma was talking about earlier, like what do you define as that? What does that mean for you? And like the way that Chris is saying, like I think that it's way better to be on your own than struggling through a bunch of people who don't know what they want. You know what I mean? It's like the entire purpose of this life is to just be the best you can be for other people. Like if you're trying to find something in a relationship to feed you to be better, it's like, no, it's like it should complement you. You're not looking for something to, you know, make you better.
Right. Yeah.
But that's why I say I like hookup culture, because I can pick it out quicker that this person doesn't know what they want, like instantly almost. And then you can.
That's interesting. That's an interesting. I like your perspective on that, Chris, because I feel like a lot of the times I only hear women's perspective on that because it's who I talk to the most about this kind of stuff. Like I don't really talk to my guy friends about hookup culture, you know, so I like to hear your perspective on it. It's really interesting.
So picky. I am so extremely picky. Like if I call a girl a princess, like that girl like means the world to me. Like that's how
for sure. For sure.
You know, and like I said, I grew up, I'm the oldest, and my mom like had me by her side all the time. My mom spoiled the shit out of me when, you know, forever, and my family did. So like, you know, I grew up a very different life, and I didn't know that until I was older. And growing up with two dads and two moms, it's like you learn so much in relationships, because I learned all the shitty shit, and I was like, I don't want to be like that because that's just toxic. Yep. And then you learn all the good stuff, and like learning to like most people don't have one parent. Some people don't have both parents. I had 4 parents growing up, and that's insane. That's like, and I learned in my head like this works and this doesn't work. And it's just very interesting. So
I guess there's also like a queer perspective. Sorry, I totally didn't cut you off. There's also like a queer perspective of hookup culture. I don't know how many of you are like queer or share that. But like being able to explore that in kind of a non-serious way. I know there's like always the jokes about like lesbians like being like getting the U-Haul right away. But Well, yeah, I think it's nice.
Hookup culture can definitely benefit queer people. Like, the first time I hooked up with a girl was when I realized that I was bi. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's one of my best friends now. Like, we don't think about each other in that way anymore. Like, we met, we hooked up, and then we became friends after that. You know, but that's when I was like, oh shit, I actually liked this experience with a woman, and like I could see myself doing this in the future. So like that hugely impacts queer people and like gives them the space to like experiment with different people and different genders and see what you like, you know?
I think it's like, because some people like know, they're like, oh, I've always known that I was into other genders. But some people don't, and then they try it and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
That's true.
For me, I was on the brink, you know, I was like, oh, I think women are hot, but like I wouldn't date one. That's where I was at until I like actually got to know women in that way more. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe I would actually. And actually, maybe I prefer it. Like, like shit.
That's also,
women.
That's also a pro to hookup culture. Like when you start hooking up with people, you start finding things out you didn't know.
Yep.
And you may never know sometimes if it's the opposite. It's very interesting, you know, it's like I've always, so. All right, cool. Well, cheers to that. We're halfway over through the show. Let's go ahead and cheers.
I have to go grab another beer. I'll be right back. Mine's empty. Going on number 4, baby. Let's go.
Ayo, I'm going to cheers with my fist for now because I'm going to do the same.
No, I got to go grab a drink too. Dragon, you ready? You want to take
frog stream.
I'm ready.
Dragon, do you want your own topic or you want this topic? It's up to you.
Are you sending it to me?
I already sent it. I got you.
Okay, yeah. I'll use this one. This is a good one.
That is a good one. For this one, Dragon's gonna take over. I'm just gonna use the restroom and then grab another drink. So, and then I like listening in too. So, all right, go ahead, Dragon, take it.
Who is the black sheep in your family and why?
Immediate family or like extended family?
Whichever one you want.
I definitely am in mine.
I relate to that. I don't think anyone in my family is anything like me. Whenever I went to a reunion recently, everyone looked at me and they're like, oh, so like, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a Twitch streamer. And they're like, so what is that? You like play video games? And I'm like, well, like, it's so much more than that. And they're like, are you really a stripper? And I'm like, no, like, you don't, like I feel like no one in my family really gets me.
My parents also assumed it was porn right off the bat. So yeah, I've had a very difficult time like communicating to my family like what it is I do because they refused to even like look at it. Like they wouldn't even because like that's what they thought. They were like, we're not gonna look it up. We're not. I'm like, bro, I'm playing games, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I would say I am also the black sheep.
To go off that, my mom like randomly hopped into my stream one day and I didn't know. And I've never really like sworn in front of her before, and I drop quite a few F-bombs and other lovely language on my stream. And I got a phone call from my sister being like, yeah, someone wants to talk to you about your language. And I'm like, so I get the opposite experience of that. And I was like, what do I do? But yeah.
I have my grandma. She'll comment on my pictures and she'll say, take this picture down. And I'm like, Grandma, accept me for who I am.
Tell me you have a nice ass and move on. God.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. My sister texted me the other day, actually, and she sent me like a TikTok that she had made for like her partner, and it was like for their anniversary. Aww. And she the caption and like what she like sent me, she was like, I want to be like you, like as far as me. Because like she was part of like the crew that didn't really get it whenever I first started doing the internet. And so it's like cool to like see people like slowly like get it. And now she's like sending me her like drafts and she's like, what do you think of this? How do I edit this? Like, you know how to do this. I want to be like you. And
that's
I'm like,
so cute.
Yeah, she's my older sister too. So it's like,
that's awesome.
That's sweet. So the question.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. I was just going to tell you the question because I saw that.
Yeah, I did not hear a question.
Who is the black sheep in your family and why?
I would say probably just like my immediate family is, well, it's all very perspective.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like my I wouldn't really say anyone is super black sheep in my family. If anyone, I would just say like my sister and I as a whole, or even my mom, like her family would consider her the black sheep because she moved away and she did something that was like better for herself because her mom and sister were extremely toxic to her. So they think she's the bad person because she moved away, because when she met my father, even though they're divorced now, they still have like a very nice friendship. When she moved away, they thought of it as like deserting them, and they might consider like her the black sheep. None of my cousins are, for sure. I wouldn't say that I am. I got the nerdiness from my father and like the rockness from my father and the hippiness from my mom, and my sister almost too the same, but like in different ways, a little more like modern interests than me, or like I don't know the right word, but like mainstream. That's the right word. Like more mainstream interest than me, because she has like, I work at a bar, but I work at a esports bar where we only play Twitch streams and we play like video games and stuff like that. Super cool. Hit me up if you're ever in LA, friends. But like none of us are ever just like extremely different from our families, because my mom already cut off the people that would be like, oh, you're doing things wrong.
Yeah, I feel like we don't really have a black sheep in the family. I think we all luckily get along very well. Like my extended family. I think if anything, me and my sister are probably the most vocal about like shit going on in the world and like our opinions, and like we'll shut some shit down if like there's a family conversation going on that's bad. Like that's me and my sister. And it used to just be my sister, but as I've gotten older, I've like been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. But I feel like I'm very lucky in the fact that my family, we all get along pretty well. We're all on the same side of the political spectrum for the most part, so we don't have to deal with shit like that, which is very privileged. Like, I'm very lucky.
My goodness.
Right? Like, I'm like, shit, I don't have to hate any of my family. Let's go. Like,
a person where like I'll block my family on social media if they say something that I don't do. Like I have no issues with that. So
Fair.
I'm very similar to my family, because everyone in my family is like very creative and like artistic. But I feel like everybody in my family has definitely chosen to do like the right thing when it comes to like their career. Like, you know, things that make sense, things that would make sure that they have like a stable life. And I've decided like, I'm going to work part-time and I'm going to make music and Twitch work, you know, and like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be a creator and I'm going to like take all these things that are important to all of us, but like make something out of it. And like, it's do it or die, you know, like this is what I'm doing. And that's kind of what makes me the black sheep, you know, and maybe I sound like stupid or naive, but hey, maybe I'm stupid and naive right now, but that's what I'm doing.
yeah, I love that.
So
on a funnier side, I guess I'm the black sheep, because like everyone in my family is like in pharmacy, or they love curling, and I don't like either of those things. So
Interesting.
Garlic. That's the most Canadian thing I've ever said in my life. Like, fucking buddy, we're gonna talk about curling and drugs for the entire Thanksgiving. I'm like, I don't want to hear about like the drama with heartburn medication. Thank you. Like seriously, it's bad.
That's you and your doctor.
They're all pharmacists. Like 5.
Oh right.
Like, family's like a pharmacist. I'm like, why did you?
That's so funny.
It's like the most random thing. But yeah, I'm the black sheep because of that. Otherwise,
do you feel like pharmacists have a certain personality? Like, do you think all the pharmacists in your family like have a certain trait in common?
I kind of do. I jokingly call this thing, like, every pharmacist has like a mortar and pestle in their house, and I jokingly call it pharma chic, because everyone does. My dad has like 5 mortar and pestles. I'm like, why do you have these? What are they for? They're all different materials.
Who's to say? Definitely not for crushing up Coke or anything.
I'm messaging every pharmacist I know right now and asking if they have one.
Be honest.
Seriously, pharma chic. It's the truth. Every single one. I will.
Oh my god.
It's the truth. It's just what it is. Okay.
That was a non-serious answer.
No, that's
I
good.
love
'Cause-
that answer.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times, like surgeons have like a certain personality. So I was wondering, I was like, maybe pharmacists do too.
I think so. They're very analytical.
You're right. Like I feel like you have to be very conscientious to be a pharmacist.
My two best friends that I spend most of my time with are both pharmacy techs, and they have a certain personality to them as well. I love it for them.
Yeah.
They have a mortar and pestle.
I don't think
Text
so.
them right now.
I have
Maybe
to
they
know.
do.
I need to know.
Like
I'll literally text right now.
Do we
Now
have a
you
pharmacist in chat?
Pharmacist tech.
One if you have a mortal and pestle.
Yeah, my mom was like a few years ago for Christmas. I was like, what do I get Dad for Christmas? And she's like, he likes plaid. So I made him a plaid mortar and pestle and he loved it. And I was like, perfect, easy, every year gift. Someone in chat has 2 mortar and pestles.
Ew.
I would say for the black sheep topic, my immediate family, 1000% the black sheep. My grandma had 8 kids, so I'm like one of like 40 something cousins. And my mom is the 7th. My mom is a twin, so she's the 7th and 8th child, and I'm like the youngest on that side of the chain of things. So I saw a lot of the stupid shit my cousins did, and you can definitely tell like I'm like the black sheep in my era because of the age gaps. Because like one of my cousins is 50, and we're close.
Wow.
And like, you know, she's the one that like is telling me like all the stuff. Like she used to go out and party with the rock stars and knew all of them and hung out with them. And it's like I don't do stuff like that, but I'm over here partying with Twitch streamers and TikTokers and Vine stars. And so like I'm the black sheep in the future part of the family. And it's funny because technology is, you know, the internet's only 27, 28 years old. So explaining that to the older generation, they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
So many people do not know what I do. They're like, oh, so you're a cam girl. I'm like, no.
No.
And it
Like,
makes
come
sense,
on my
though.
stream. Come on my stream, and then you'll know what I do.
The reason being
Chris,
is because of
funny,
how
Chris.
long.
I
like,
get it though,
cam
because
girls
the
have been
only
around.
time that women being live on the internet has been a thing, it's been mostly cam girl stuff. So like I understand why people from that generation might think that, but I'm just like, I advertise it on my Instagram and shit. So like, you know, if you want to come by and see what I'm doing, you can, you know.
Technically, we're all cam people.
We are.
We do use a cam, so.
That's true.
It's
Chris,
just a matter of
that's funny
time.
you say that. I actually relate to you. My mom was the youngest of 9. So like a lot of my cousins are like
Oh, yeah.
50 as
Yeah,
well.
so, you know, yeah, definitely. So you're probably like the black sheep when it comes to the entertainment world of your.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't understand it at all. Even when I try to explain it, they're like, what?
People are like, you make money doing that? I'm like, yeah.
Entertainment. Entertainment is actually why most of us are alive. If you take entertainment away from the world, you're gonna have a lot of problems. And this is a form of entertainment, and it's unique and different, and everybody loves forward progression when it comes to entertainment. Like, this is what we're doing is the same type of entertainment from years and years and decades ago, but it's just a forward technology version of it. And people love that. They want to see what's next. Like, imagine we do a barcast and we're actually virtually sitting at a bar and we're all holograms talking and people are watching that. You know, when you go out to bars, you watch other people talk.
That's
You
true.
know? You listen
I'm
to
here for it.
podcasts too, so you learn more things. Like, I listen to podcasts so I can be a better host, and I also can learn not to say things and like how to say things better. There's a lot of ways of learning the different versions, and doing the bar atmosphere is the drinking in the bar atmosphere. The reason why I decided to go this route was being more looser and wanting to talk about stuff that makes it a little easier to talk about, because usually in the bar atmosphere, that's when you start talking about that stuff, especially if it's more of a sexual question. You're like, oh, well, I'm feeling fine. Fuck it. Let's talk about it. So it's really important.
Feeling good. Feeling all right.
To that, I guess.
Yeah, we can
Cheers.
cheers to that. Anybody else want to answer the black sheep question, or did you want to move to the next one?
I feel like we've all kind of answered. I'm not sure.
Perfect. All right, cool. Let's do it. All right, who are we picking on, Dragon?
You want me to choose? I don't want to be the bully.
Be the bully. Do it.
Say Cat Elise.
All right,
What
ready,
up?
Kat?
Sure.
Shit.
All right. I'll save this one for later. Okay. All right, Kat, you've been on here before, so you know how it goes. You've been on a lot of
Yes.
shows, actually.
Long time ago. It's been like 2 years.
And you haven't been. Is this the first show you came on back to Twitch?
I've streamed, but haven't been on a show.
All right. Well, welcome back to the show world on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Very excited. Even though I'm high as balls, so I sound very monotone.
You're good. Okay. Well, fuck. I'm gonna pull from something old since it's been 2 years because I have a lot.
Speaking of high as fuck. Shit.
I'm just happy that weed is legal in California because working at the bars, that was very frustrating when it wasn't.
What's great about Texas is that there's a loophole for these because technically it's Delta 8, so it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a very low dosage, but they can triple strain it, so then it's like a normal dosage, and it's still technically legal.
All right.
Love it here.
Do you think opposites attract, or it's better to date someone with common interest?
Well, I'm dating my opposite right now.
Oh.
So far, it's going pretty well.
What are some things that make it your opposite, if you want to share?
He's a Taurus. I'm a Scorpio. It's already like pretty different. It's already like he's stable. I'm like a little crackhead. He keeps me grounded in a good way. Like I don't feel like I'm being like forced to stay in all the time, but I definitely pace myself better now because he's very stable. Otherwise, I would still be getting like blackout drunk at parties instead.
I mean, Taurus
But,
has to date, so.
He's just so calm. He sits over there. He does his thing. It's great. So it works out in that. And I have dated other people that were my opposites that did not work out very well. But right now it's great. So off of just this experience, I say go for it as long as you aren't complete opposites, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
because people can be a little extreme. So yeah, it's opposites in the sense of like helps each other versus like
Right.
someone being awful and then
Yeah.
someone being like very nice and chill.
Yeah. I feel like opposites attract kind of, for me, I found that that's true in terms of like attachment. So like an anxious attached person will probably be attracted to someone with an avoidant attachment and vice versa. And that's kind of the unhealthy side of it. But I think the healthy side of opposites attract is having somebody to be like the kind of devil's advocate. So like, I think you can get into a space if you have everything in common with your partner, like you just kind of become each other and then you lose all sense of self. So I think that's really important, is like still being able to have your differences and like have civil discussions about them and like still be able to love each other at the end of the day. But I think that's really, really important, is like, I want to have a partner who doesn't just say like, oh yes, I agree with you, if they don't. Like I want them to be able to say, oh, I don't agree with you. Like, let's talk and like, let's find some understanding between our two opinions. And like,
That's true.
I love that shit. That's what I'm here for. So like,
I love that.
I'm trying to have a life partner, not a yes man.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I kind of agree with like the complementary opposites attract. Like I'm a maker and my partner's a maker, but like we have different kind of making styles and we really want to teach each other, that kind of thing. Like he taught me how to weld and I'm teaching him how to sew. And so we're kind of like learning from each other. We still have like the same umbrella of what we're interested in, but it's not the exact same thing. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think. Go ahead.
I dated a guy and we were opposites and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. He's different from me. But he didn't like any of the things that I liked. He didn't like gaming. He didn't like anime. He hated my taste in music. And I don't think that we were compatible. I think that we like romanticized the idea of each other. And after that, I dated somebody who I had a lot in common with, and I felt a lot more comfortable in that situation and in that relationship. And I felt like I could be more myself.
You don't have to like defend your interests every single time you're like with them, you know?
Yep.
Like, oh, your music's crap, and you're like, but I like it.
And he was a
You're like,
musician
don't diss my
too.
music.
So he's like, oh, I know music, and what is this? And I'm like, okay, but like, if you're a musician and music is important to you, then like, what would you know, like?
There's so many different genres out there too. It's a thing that's like that's why there's not just one genre if everybody likes the same thing.
If any of you guys like house music, you're made for me. That's all I gotta say.
You said the music thing, and now I just have to stare at Anthony because he does that fucking shit. He's like, this music sucks. I'm like, fuck you. It's mine, and I like it. It's saved on my Spotify.
This
I
one's
agree
rough.
with you guys though. I feel like
yeah.
opposites attract on more of like a surf, like maybe not even surface, but like maybe more like a lust level. And like I feel like it's tough. I think it can work long term, but it's like it would take like people who are actually like down to do that. I think in the long run, I feel like you have to have similar interests. I feel like it's probably not healthy to have like all the same, like literally down like every last thing.
Yeah.
Like I think it's probably good to have like a couple different things and that you can learn from each other. But I feel like core, like what your core things have to be the
Like
same.
your values have to be the same for the most
Yeah.
part. Like what do you really value in yourself? What do you value in others? What is your huge goal for life? You know, like for me, that's like, I want to make a difference in the world. So I have to be with someone who also wants to make a difference in the world. Otherwise, it's not going to work out because we're going to have different values at the end of the day. Like they might be more willing to work for someone who's corrupt or like, you know what I mean, than I am. So like that part we have to have in common at the very least, you know?
That's where I leave the part of like opposites, I think only work if it's opposites that help strengthen you or like make you better. So like having the opposites on religion and political views, that a little too far. It doesn't make you better. It's just a fight waiting to happen versus like mental illness, no mental illness, but listens. So because if they care, they would. And if they
I feel like religion, though, I feel like religion low key could be, you could maybe settle as long as you're not super extreme in your religion. Like, you know, I would be willing to date anyone from basically any religion as long as we have kind of like a mutual respect for each other's religion. If they're going to be judging me for my religion the entire time or like thinking I'm not religious enough or like want our wedding to be super religious, that's where I'm going to be like, okay, that's probably not going to work out, you know? But like if you have different ideas about like spirituality and God, like I think that's great. And I think that, you know, we should cherish that, you know?
Yeah. Big mood.
Yeah, I've been trying to think this whole time about whether like my boyfriend and I are completely the same or if we're opposites after this whole conversation. And like we're very similar goal wise, and he's a Twitch partner and I'm an affiliate, and like he's amazing at what he does. He's great, and like I always look up to him and I want to be like him, and he encourages me to like, you know, be creative and express myself like whatever ways that I want to and all of that. Like I feel very supported by him. But our personalities are very different in the sense that like he's just like I'm a very, very nice, like soft person. And like I generally won't like joke around with people or anything like that because I don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings. I'm just always overly nice. Whereas like, you know, he's really funny and like outspoken and like isn't afraid to speak his mind kind of thing. But he kind of encourages me and I feel like it's a good balance. So I don't know if we're like more similar or more different. I've been thinking about it like the whole time. Just because we have like the same goals and same ideas, but
it's a difficult one, especially as a creator. I think that's what makes it tough as a creator, because as a creator, you're in the spotlight. You're living a celebrity lifestyle, and creators are the only people in the world that live celebrity lifestyles. So like, you know, anything you do where your life is constantly putting yourself out there is completely the opposite of normies and what a normie would do. And you can flip back and forth. You don't need to be a creator at the end of the day. You choose to be a creator. And even though it's something that you like love doing, doesn't mean you have to do it. but if you want to like love life, you're gonna find ways to do it.
That's right.
The con to
Absolutely.
it is living that celebrity lifestyle. And personally, I've done this for so long, and I know I did it for the longevity of things. And I've dated all my girlfriends I've had. Granted, the last one was since 2018. All the ones before that were not creators, and it was very unique and different because they were supportive with what I did, but it didn't feel like the support was fully there. And I think it's because they didn't really understand what I did until I was able to understand. Like, the thing is no matter what you love doing, if I'm with you and I love you, I'm going to learn what you love to do so I can be supportive with that. And I learn it a lot more. And I think that's because I'm a creator. I like to create things. I like to know things. I like to understand things. And when it comes back to me, it's a trait I carry. So it's like, I'm always able to help them. So like, the thing with being a creator that's so important is, and if you're good with marketing, is like, you can, if I know how to use a camera and someone's like, trying to sell something or trying to get their name out there, like business wise, you can help them, or you can help, being a creator will help in so many different skills, like job interviews. They could help with any job, basically. And I personally want to be with somebody that is creator. And I think it's more in the sense of that I already signed up for the Hollywood lifestyle 10 years ago.
Yes.
And blasted my name everywhere through Google when I started making Facebook comedy videos and Vines and all that. And now we're fast forward, and it's like, if you're going to be with me, like, I has to be a creator that understands like you're in the spotlight.
Right.
Because I can't, as much as like a normie might be a great house, like, like housewife, quote unquote, because I've noticed a lot of them where, and I've seen this on Twitch, where these creators make millions of dollars and then they just like, oh, they don't do anything. And that's why I've always idolized Ninja's relationship, that married relationship, because they are both creators and she manages him. And she stepped down and she still creates, but like, she understands it. She understands like, oh shit, he's making millions of dollars and I can manage him because I know what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
That's true.
I've always wanted to date another creator, but it takes a lot.
Beautiful. That amount of respect that people have for one another when they're working on the same things, and when they really see that light in each other and the light in themselves that they see in the other person also is like
Namaste.
unlike anything else,
I think part of that, to add on to what you said, Chris, I think a part of that too is like also being with somebody who's like secure in themselves and like know that like your attention is gonna be divided, but like
true,
like
that's
at the end of the day, like
important.
Yeah, like your attention is with them, because I know that's like I guess for me personally, it's something like I struggle with, like with dating is like a lot of guys like get like, I feel like a little self-conscious, the fact that like, my community like does have a lot of guys. And so I think I just, for me personally, need somebody who's like confident and secure with that.
It's really no different than you being a server at a restaurant, but they see it. That's what I explained to every relationship is that what I do reflects more because it's celebrity lifestyle. Whatever I do, everyone can see, so it reflecting. Whatever you do at work when there's no cameras around you, nobody sees it, but it happens.
Right. But for us, there's a camera.
There's a camera.
Do you ever find it overwhelms you though that in your work life, like you're not on camera, but people are still observing you in like, a similar way, and then they know about your online life, like it's always like something that gives me almost anxiety, where I'm like, if there's a moment where I'm frustrated at work, I'm like, oh, like what if I get frustrated and then somebody like goes in my Twitch stream and they see that I got frustrated and like I'm that person to them, but like nobody else sees that because like I am a good person, like I start thinking about things like that all the time.
Yeah, I stopped caring what people thought about me because I know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I need to.
Yeah.
You gotta stop caring, bro. Care about what you think about yourself. That's what matters. No one else knows you. You have to live with yourself for the rest of your fucking life. You need to care about what you think about yourself and nobody else. Maybe your parents, if you respect them, maybe your partner, but like that's basically it. Like,
yeah.
Everyone else, they don't know you like that.
The reality is that person who you're like, oh, I wonder if they interpreted me being rude, or I wonder, they're not even thinking about you because everybody is so wrapped up in their own worlds. Like,
yeah,
that's
I'm a barista,
so
by the way. So they're seeing me getting like their coffee, and I'm like,
right.
you know, like it's not a big deal. But there's like a day like where I want to cry or something, and like something happens, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm anxious, and people can tell, or like whatever. And I'm like, what if they find out about, you know, Holloway, and they find out about Twitch, and they just think that I'm this like mess or whatever, you know?
I think that's why, as a creator, I love surrounding myself with creative people. But personally, for me, as much as I admire very public creator relationships, I could never, I don't think I would ever be comfortable with another creator like publicly like that. I feel like Holloway's saying, I want that, and I need that safe space where I know that, like, hey, I can come crash pad here, and you're not going to record me. You're not going to hold something against me. You're not going to expose me. Like, no, you are a real safe place. And whether or not there's someone who has been a creator in the past and now isn't, whether or not there's someone who does editing or something creative behind the scenes, you know, they still understand the world that I'm in, but there's not that expectation. For me personally, that's something for me that I just like, almost like, look, everything's about me, and it is about me. And I don't have the capacity to be able to give that to another person in the extremity that I would want someone to give it to me, if that makes sense. Like the attention, the care, the support. I want to support someone like that, but I'm on my grind. I can't. I don't have the capacity, so I'm not going to fake it for somebody, you know?
Totally.
I had 2 exes not support me through my creator journey. One, when I was just a cosplayer, saying just like, well, why do you need an Instagram? Why do you want to cosplay? Like, you're just trying to get other people's attention. And I was just like, well, interesting you say that. I'm doing that for me. I choose the characters that I want to cosplay for me because I like these characters. And it's also the one that the Roadhog poster, that same one. And then I had one who was a creator and still was just like, well, you know, I don't like to watch channels that I'm not like really into. And I'm like, oh, so we're in a relationship, but you're not into what I create.
Oh,
okay.
That's weird.
No, red flag, baby,
That
red
doesn't make
flag.
sense. And
Oh,
my
really weird.
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my chat.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend, Megas Bortega, talking about his experience at Taco Bell last night, went without me, son of a bitch. I'm just kidding. I love Roxanne. Roxanne's a very nice lady. He's also a creator, and we like play games together and just vibe off of each other. I wouldn't say we're exactly alike. He's much more extroverted than I am, which is fantastic when we're out and about, and like he can carry on a conversation and I can just like shoot him a look and like vibe off of that. Like my communication is like through my eyes, like looking and saying something, and like that's my joke, just like, oh, ha, 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 like look at this dirty look, or look at this, like, I don't know. I do like I like to twitch my eye, and he'll say things and I'll like, I am calling you out. I'll joke around like, why would you say that to me? And just twitch my eye and then go like that and fix it. Like a doll eye. And we're different in ways that bring out the best in each other and make us comfortable, kind of thing. And I think that's very hard to find an opposite attracts that doesn't end up being toxic, or at least in my experience. I don't think it's hard in everyone's experience, but in my experience, it has been, until I met him, which I also met him on Twitch. So it is correct that Twitch is now the new dating app.
I feel like wherever you spend the most time, though, you have a higher chance of finding someone you're attracted to anyways. So it's like going to work and you hook up with your work, and they're like, don't hook up with where you're at work, and you're there 8 hours a day.
Where you eat.
You spend all your time there, yeah.
Spend all your time there, you know?
Shit, where am I supposed to shit then?
Yeah, but as an
Not where I'm
introvert,
at, then where?
No, but
as an
I have to
introvert,
here like all the time, actually.
in Los Angeles, nowhere, because there's no public restrooms. So
You gotta have a passcode.
Very true.
Yeah,
But it's
right.
nice being an introvert and having your designated extrovert to talk for you when you don't want to make the words. Words
That's
are
me with
hard.
when I'm playing Val. I'm like, can you tell him to fuck off? I'm not gonna say it, but can you tell him to fuck off?
Yo, Edmund Bell.
Yeah. Let's play some Val. Fuck yeah.
So I guess in my situation, my partner is like a much more well-known kind of creator than I am. He's part of a different organization, and I don't really want to be like associated with that. Like I don't want the conversation to just be about what he does all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's you.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm like, I don't want this conversation because like it's not his, like he's not the main guy or anything. He's just like a part of that. He just works for them. And I'm like, I don't want this to be part of my space. Like I don't want this discussion. Like this isn't the discussion that we're having here. Like I'm not talking about this. One, for like the privacy of him and like just his workplace, but also because it would get so toxic so quickly and just be a space that I don't want to be like having, you know? Like I don't want to be having those discussions about some other person that's not my community, you know?
Yeah.
But it's nice to have like someone that's also like a creator that understands kind of that grind.
Well,
Yeah, I
this is
feel
good.
that.
All right. Damn. I feel like I'm having a slumber party with the girls or something and learning everything.
You
Want me to
very
paint your
much
nails?
are. You very much are, because we're having this deep
lip
conversation, and
gloss?
also there's a side conversation of Taco Bell, and that is exactly what a slumber party is. Try it all out.
One person with
Get
the Uber
drunk.
Eats on their phone. Everyone else
Yes.
talking about their fucking shitty
What are your
boyfriend.
Taco Bell orders, guys? Come on. What do you want?
Y'all want to know the worst?
All the guys, all we're missing is the fake being asleep when the parents try to like break up the party.
Like Canadian Taco Bell is so much worse than American Taco Bell, and I'm so sad because it's so.
That's because we're cool with microplastics here. That's where all the flavor is. The microplastics.
Right.
So sad. All of you are like, "Oh, Taco Bell's great." I'm like, no.
I have so many conflicting feelings right now. Like, I'm sorry
know.
to Canada, but at the same time, then I remembered America.
Thank you. For
Yeah.
this. But we also have free healthcare to deal with whatever happens after Taco Bell.
You know, but literally that's how it is. Like I used to date someone in Paris and he was like, everyone here loves to smoke because we get free healthcare, so we're gonna be fine.
Do you want me to tell you about Parisian healthcare? I have a story about Parisian healthcare.
Please.
Well, the only time I've been to Europe, I went with my parents after I graduated high school. They were going with another couple. It was like a double date to the other side of the world, kind of quirky, rich people shit. I can't imagine. That's why I jumped in their luggage and just kind of snuck in.
There you go.
So we got there, and in the middle of our trip, my mom had a falling out with the other wife. And it like split our trip up in a really like awkward way. Not to mention the airport had lost her bag for like the entire trip. It was bizarre because we were supposed
That's
to
my
go,
worst nightmare.
Yeah, off
we were
to a
supposed to go
rough
to like
start.
Amsterdam and then Paris. It was supposed to be a whole thing, but most of the trip it's her like running around trying to like find her luggage. It was crazy. The one moment that we have to breathe in Paris, everything's fine, right? We're at a cafe, everything's cool. My mom goes to the bathroom. I'm like, my dad's talking to another businessman outside at the cafe. I'm watching a street performance. It's all very, Parisian. And all of a sudden I see a ambulance run up to the cafe. And I'm like, this is crazy. Everyone's piling out and everyone's rushing into the restaurant that we're at. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And I kind of watched them for a second. And, I'm like, damn, I should probably go get my mom to get out of here. And so I go to the bathroom, and in Paris, a lot of the bathrooms are basement bathrooms, very, very narrow stairways, most of the time cement or marble or some kind of tile. And it's very, very narrow. And that's normally where you go down to the bathroom. So I'm like, I go down this fucking like itty bitty little like Narnia ass stairway down into this bathroom. And I get down there and I see my mom leaving one of the stalls. I'm like, okay, perfect. Like, let's go. And she kind of like staggers to the sink. All of a sudden, all these paramedics rush in. She had stepped down into the fucking basement and like tumbled all the way down and like smashed on the ground. And so they were all there for her, bro.
What?
For her. My mom like can like hardly speak, and she's like but she was walking as if she was fine. It was like, you know, that trauma thing of like, you're trying to like be like, you're
adrenaline's
okay.
pumping. You're like, I'm good. I promise.
Like, where's your dad? I've been trying to call your dad. Where's your dad? And so I run upstairs and I like run to the table where my dad is. And I laugh. And it's one of those moments of like, actual, like, I like didn't know what to say. Like I ran there so fast laughter. And I was just like, that ambulance is for mom. Oh my God. My dad is just like the epitome of everything a man should be. This man like shoves the table, like tells the businessman, he's like, I gotta go. Like shoves the table.
Excusez-moi.
Oh yeah, no, literally. And runs to her. We get into the ambulance. She had cracked her head open because we were American and because of their healthcare system of the way things are over there. We were in the ER for 7.5 hours with an open head wound, sitting in the waiting room. Not like they were seeing her, not they were operating. We were waiting with an open head wound, like back of the head for 7.5 hours.
Oh my God.
Wow. So
that's crazy.
All that to be said, I would rather pay for healthcare any day than have to deal with that. Because if that were more serious, she would have died. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
like my ex, the thing that I really thought was cool about his healthcare was like, for example, his doctor came to his work. Like if he was feeling sick, he would come into work, the doctor would come in and like treat him and he would get paid still. So he'd be on the clock while the doctor came to his work and like fucking did a whole physical on him. Like, so that part I was like, damn, that seems kind of nice to like also like have fucking sick days and shit and like be able to take them without the stigma of like, oh, you just want to skip work. Oh, you're not a hard worker. Like, no, I'm actually sick. And we're going to call the doctor over and they're going to prescribe you medicine on the spot. And like, actually they might take you into like, they might tell you to go home. Like, you know, like that I fucked with, you know?
That's 5-star service right there.
Yeah. So
that's
part
also
I was like, shit, I wish we had
because
that.
what if I wanted to like get off of work to go to the Renaissance Festival? It's like,
yeah,
holy
you can't say you're sick.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm like, man, it's like as cool as that is. I'm like, whoa, okay, personal freedoms. I'm getting a little nervous there. I'm like,
yeah. Luckily, they have a lot more. You're allowed to take off for shit like that. So like in the US, I feel like in my experience, at least, it's like, oh, I have a wedding to go to. They're like, that's not an excuse. It's like, my sister's getting married.
For the only time ever.
Like, you don't want me to be there? Like, do you hate everything? Like, are you just a mean person? Like what the fuck?
That reminds me of the TikTok trend going around right now where it's like POV or at your funeral and your boss shows up and it's like, hey, this doesn't want to work out. You didn't give us a 2-week notice, so you do have to work tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah, it sucks. I know you're... But, you know, we've all been
Who's
there.
Who's going to weekend and Bernie this bitch? Because they need to be at work at 8 a.m.
Oh, good Lord. We ready for the next topic? Who's starting it?
I want to start it.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
Let's go.
And
this one's a little more deeper.
Ooh, I love it deep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's always good to have a really good deep credit
Am I
line.
right, ladies?
All right.
Yeah.
What is one mistake you made that you would take away if you could?
One time whenever I was 17, it was my first time experiencing what it was like to be at a friend's house and for her parents to be more like friends and not like dictators. Mm-hmm. It was very fascinating, and I grew very comfortable there very quickly. I grew too comfortable there. And so one night I was staying over, and me and her brother and her, we all had mutual friends. We were all in the same age bracket, and that makes it complicated. You know what I mean? Like, so I invited, I invited one of her brother's friends, which was a mutual friend of ours, over just to like hang out, make out, you know, like shoot the shot. And I didn't really tell her. And I don't know why I did that. Like, it was one of those moments, like, whenever you're young that you really don't know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I even look back and, like, we talked about it like, the next week, and I was like, I don't really know why. It was just this moment of, like, this, like, childish, like, oh, I can do whatever I want. Like, I'm at somebody's house, and, like, their parents are fine with doing anything because, like, they would do crazy shit there. Like, they would throw parties there and stuff like that. And so, like, everything was kind of go. Well, not that, not whenever like some, teenage boy wakes up in your house that you didn't, invite the day before, and, the kids' friends who were there don't even know either. It was a weird situation. And I felt really, really awful about it, like for years and years and years, which is something so silly. Like, I guess, like, I don't know. It was just something really specific to the point where, like, I literally, like, years later, probably like 3 or 4 years later, I saw her dad at like church, at like the local church that like I didn't even know that like they went to or anything. I was like there doing work that day, and I like saw him and like found him like after like the service, and like I'm like an 18-year-old girl like at this time. Like I was probably like 14 whenever that happened, you know what I mean? I'm like 18, and like I'm like literally crying to this man. I'm like, I just want you to know that I didn't forget that happened, and I'm really sorry for disrespecting your family. Like it was so pathetic. Like but I really meant it earnestly. Like it was something that like I didn't realize that like it was a learning boundaries moment that unfortunately I learned with a large group of people, you know what I mean? And that I carried with me for a while. That's really random.
And yeah,
Damn.
I mean, it was random. So
that's
what we need. We need random.
I have one.
Stuff. All right, let's hear it.
1 year for Christmas, I live with just my mom, just us, and I had a bunch of presents under the tree. And, like we didn't have that much money. It was like a really big deal for her to give me a good Christmas. And the morning of Christmas, we got into a huge fight. And so I'm super young. I take all of my presents into my room and I open up all of them by myself. And it just broke her heart because like being a parent, it is like being a parent, the joy you get from seeing your kid open the presents. And I stole that from her because we got in a fight, and I was so young at the time I didn't think about it, but literally like now I think about that and I'm like, damn, like that was me. I took that, so.
And Santa worked so hard on those presents for you. Santa.
Yeah.
I believe in Santa.
What was the question?
The question is, or the topic is, what is one mistake you made that you would take away if you could?
Oh, I feel like I have kind of like I have two sides. Like, obviously there's some shit that I've done in my life that I regret and that I wish I could take away. But also all of those experiences have been learning experiences for me. Mm-hmm. So that way I won't make that mistake again in the future. So like, I feel like,
going off of what you just said, what's the mistake you made twice because you didn't learn the first time? Because it's something you wish you could take away because you're like, oh, fuck, I already knew that.
I honestly don't think I have. I literally think that there probably is something, but the big mistakes that I can think of, I learned from the first time. Like I saw the what happened from me being the person who fucked shit up, and I was like, I'm never going to do that again. So like, and I haven't. So I think like, luckily I've been able to learn from my mistakes, but I mean, there's probably something, but I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
So like in that way, it's a little bit selfish to be like, oh, I would rather not regret anything so that way that I can learn from it. But at the same time, it hurt those people. So like, I would probably have to talk to them and be like, so there's a time machine. Like, are you cool if I go back and like, whatever? But yeah.
Mine when I was like, I think I was 9 or 10 years old. And I was a fat little chubby kid. And I wore like the husky jeans, got overlapped in soccer kind of kid. And I told my mom I'm going to jump the fence. And she's like, yeah, do it. Like, because she knew I couldn't. And I did. And when I jumped over the fence one way, couldn't jump over the fence the other way because I was too fat and chubby. And I had to get help from the school janitor to get back over to the other side of the fence.
Oh, well, fuck.
And you're over there literally throwing wood chips across the yard. We lived like our fence was a school, like elementary school, so I would throwing wood chips, trying to get her attention, hitting the slide glass door. But like that's something I always remember. It was a mistake in the sense of knowing that like even though someone said like I just knew shouldn't have done it because when I did it, it's like I jumped over the fence off a swing set, knowing that there is no swing set to get like a footstep up. And like when you're like that chubby kid that can't climb. It's embarrassing. You know? So that's something I wish I just never did. Like, there's no life lesson on that. That was just me.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, and then when the janitor has to come over and help you up and you can't make it over, so you gotta walk all the way around.
That's just, that stays between you and that janitor and all of us on the internet, and that's it.
Yeah. No one's gonna tell anyone else.
Definitely a mistake, but should I?
Mine is less of like a specific mistake and more of just like an ongoing like omission, I guess. So I got diagnosed with ADHD at like 23. And I think if I would have been diagnosed much earlier in my life, it would have, like made my life so much easier.
Definitely.
Like having actual treatment and like being able to work on like skills to like deal with ADHD from like a younger age. I think that would have made my life so much easier and better, I think.
It definitely would have, yeah.
Yeah. Especially like I was a very smart kid in high school, so nobody really like noticed. Like there was obviously something like up, but they were like, she's fine in school. She doesn't need any help. So
she gets A's, it's fine. Yeah.
She gets the highest marks.
Yeah.
There's no problem here. It's fine. And like at the same time I'm like having social difficulties and like difficulties finishing homework and like difficulties with a lot of other things. And like nobody cared because I was doing fine in school. So I think if someone would have like realized that sooner, it would have made my life significantly different. And I think that's like the biggest mistake that I would change. Like I would tell myself that, like if I could go back in time.
Yeah, that makes sense. In women, ADHD is underdiagnosed in general. It's usually diagnosed later. I mean, I was lucky I got my ADHD diagnosis when I was in middle school. And still in high school, they did not give me any type of accommodations. They were like, you're doing fine. I was like, I'm crying right now. What do you mean? Just because I get 90s does not mean I'm doing fine. Like, I'm pulling my hair out to get these grades. Like, you know. But yeah.
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right. Anybody else want to share? Last one for this topic?
There was one time where I drank too much after work one day. So I work at a bar and it was just a weird day. And I was just like, you know what? I convinced my boyfriend to just drive me home and I'm going to go hard tonight. And I did. And trigger warning, vomit. I have not gotten sick from alcohol since before I was 21. And that night broke that, and I am a projectile vomiter. And I didn't make it home. I made it to right around his apartment. So fucking close. And just down all the way. Gave me a towel, but it ricocheted back onto my face.
No. I'm sorry for laughing. I've had that happen though. So.
No, just wait. He had a W-2 on his back seat and he grabbed it from his back seat the next day to fill it out and it was on it. So it went from onto my face and back farther. And I was in the bathtub for so long because when I feel sick, I'm just like, leave me to die.
Right, me too.
Leave me until I feel better. Don't touch me. Don't move me. They have a bath mat because his stepbrother that he lives with, I know he lives with his stepbro, very dangerous game. The bath mat, I cut myself on the bath mat, not like bad, but just because I was resting so hard on it, like whenever I would try to stand up, like I would just fall. And just from doing that so many times, I had just a tiny little slice here. The next day I couldn't move. I just like stayed in his bed the whole time. He just wrapped me in a blanket once he like finally like carried me from the bathtub to like the bed. He was so nice. He got me ramen the next day because there's not much that'll sit in your tummy after and things like that. But I felt so fucking bad. I was like, I was so close to making it to his apartment and I just that's probably the biggest mistake, but it makes a great story.
It does make a story.
I'm sorry.
Though,
You can
like,
always tell though.
You go into that washroom and you're like, this is between me, the toilet, and God, and no one else.
All right. We have one last topic before we do the outro. And for this last topic, it's going to kind of go off of you, all of you. And this is a topic I've done every once in a while. And it's a very more personal topic, which I really like, depending how you want to answer it. And this will be one of the last Barcast from the original settings of things. The same starting student screen we've used over 3 years. And going into that, we're going to show the chat something that I just got. And then it's going to talk about our last, and then I'll tell you what the last topic is. It's going to tie right into it. So, all right. So for the last topic, before we do that, I'm going to share something that I've been working on, which is going to tie into your guys' topic. And for 3 years, I set a goal in my life. And most of this adventure was for the Barcast, like specifically because I do a lot of stuff in film. And we are going to be doing an IRL show in Los Angeles this Saturday. And we're going to announce who's going to be on the cast right now on stream. So if you're watching, you're going to see everybody that's going to be on the cast. And
if you're on Chris's stream this weekend, you already know who's on the cast.
yeah, that's true.
Where are you guys at?
And play that for everybody real quick. There we go. All right. So that is what I've been working on. It will be the IRL show this Saturday with the cast list we just revealed to everybody. That is one of my biggest goals is, to get a sponsor and build a team.
Congrats.
So it was really cool. And I'm super excited. And a lot of my energy has been going to that specifically because I feel like I'm planning a wedding. It's a lot of work.
So
I
cool.
love it.
For real.
And nobody knew that, but Seuss is actually going to be on the show.
Yeah, that's a new addition. Fuck yeah.
Was that a new addition? And the thing I want to do a big shout out to Steven Mango. He makes all the graphics. He's actually going to be redoing the whole entire Barcast, and all the graphics are going to be updated. The whole entire panels are going to be updated. All the alerts are going to be updated. And so that's one of my biggest goals I worked on for 3 years. And I just want to say thank you for everyone that's participated and been here, especially tonight, every episode and chat and all the careers I met over the years. So that's my goal. And the last topic of the day is going to be, what are your goals? And you're live, so people are going to hold you accountable for whatever you say. So we'll start one by one, and we'll start in the left corner. So Midnight May, you're first.
Oh boy. I guess for me, goals wise, it's funny you this is the question right now because I mean I stream and then I also obviously I work on the side. I'm actually doing interviews right now for jobs. So my goals right now is to get into the more creative atmosphere of I'm wanting to get into more, whether that's marketing, social media management, film production, anything like that. I'm trying to get more into that realm. So that's definitely my goals. And then as far as Twitch wise, I guess my goal is always continue growing community, continue growing Midnight Mafia. I don't really like to set numbers, but just continue growing and creating a great environment that everybody feels comfortable and wants to be a part of.
All right. Love that. Okay, cool. Prima?
Yeah, I think right now I'm kind of at a crossroads. I've taken a bit of a stream break in the last month because I really want to figure out what really brings me joy, what kind of content I want to create. I've only been doing this for a year, so I have not that much time, I guess. And I really want to get more joy out of my life and figure out systems in order to reach that. Like, find a career that really excites me, find the way that I want to create content the most. And I think that's my goal, is just be more joyful and get more out of my life.
That's actually really important. All right, being more joyful. That happiness is a huge thing, and it relates to a lot of other stuff. So
yeah, living your life with purpose instead of just kind of floating through and doing
absolutely.
whatever. Yeah.
Dragon.
Hi. I think that my goal has been to establish myself more as a content creator and find my voice on the internet. I've always been kind of nervous about being on the internet and being perceived. So putting myself out there, talking to more people, being more vulnerable and open and authentic as a person. Okay. You know, I'm hoping to hit 1,000 by my 1 year, which is in May.
Guys, go follow her.
I'm 18 away. You know, like, numbers aren't everything, but just like to be like a new content creator and trying to like walk into like a new space. I hope to be able to continue to do this and eventually be able to do this like full time. That's one of my biggest goals.
For sure.
There you go. You should get some more now.
For this industry, I know numbers are like kind of taboo to talk about. However, it is very important for mental health for yourself to celebrate those milestones and to celebrate those things that come to you, like 1,000 followers. Fucking celebrate it. That's still a win. That's still something to congratulate yourself with. That's a milestone.
Yeah, milestone.
Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's 72 people in here, guys. Just go follow her, though. That way, you know, she always remembered the Barcast and talk about it. And then, you know, come on, chat. You're supposed to help me out here.
Oh, you want the promotion? Got you. Okay, but
we'll give and take. You know.
Come on, go follow. So you know, just like when I ask her, you want to be on the Barcast? She's like, of course. You helped me get 1,000 followers. I'm just kidding.
I would say yes, regardless.
Yeah, I know.
I'm your biggest fan.
I'm just messing with you. All right, Cosmic Audrey.
I forgot.
You're good. What's your goals?
Goals. Okay, I'm so sorry. I knew there was something. I'm very tired. My coffee hasn't been kicking in. My goal is to get stronger coffee.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's actually a really good one.
But remind myself of the happy little things in life. I've done big things this year already, moving to the area that I'm in, moving out of like the house that I've lived in for 22 years for the first time in my life is a big thing. And I just want to continue doing other big things, reminding to take time for myself instead of giving everything that I have to everyone else. I need to remember to treat myself as well. And I want to take VO classes and special effects makeup classes this year, or at least
like that.
So cool. Do more research towards those things. Yeah, and also have a fantastic birthday. My birthday's in a week from Friday, and it's WonderCon. So if anybody's at WonderCon, hit me up. We can say hi. We can meet in person. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of fun. It's scary after so long going back to it, but I'm letting myself
You're gonna have a great time.
I'm letting myself be optimistic and be excited about it. I'm in a different place of my life now. I don't have the same like toxic friends that I did then. I'm with a great person. I have great friends who are going to be spending it with me. My father, my sister are coming to spend my birthday with me and everything like that. I have a fantastic job now. So I guess basically the biggest goal is to let myself be optimistic about the little things.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Fuck
also,
yeah.
Wait, when is your birthday? Is it on like the 1st, the 31st?
It's the 1st.
Okay. I'm on the 31st. So I was
nice. Of March? Or Oh my God, we're so close. If my mom pushed me out a little bit sooner, but she was in for 14 hours, so bless her heart. Yeah. Yeah. But
Not
we're
to derail.
so
But I was
close.
like, no.
No, happy early birthday.
You.
Thank you.
Drink is hitting me. All right. Kat, let's hear it. Goals.
Shit. I mean, I think my main goal right now is just to get out of debt. I think that's all I really care about at the moment is getting that out of the way.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with. You know what? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get out of debt too this year. That's like my number one thing is getting out of debt. I have like some school loans and a little bit of credit card. I paid off so much of it during COVID, but like I'm so over it. It's so exhausting.
It's our year, you guys. This is our year.
Being like, I read an article about being in debt. Like you think about it and it affects your sleep.
True.
Money, you know.
Mm-hmm. I just have untreated ADHD and then I forget to pay things. I've never been late, but I've gotten real damn close. And so I'm just, I just want to be over it. Rent's easy because it's the first. Everything else is like, oh, don't forget your phone bill on the 14th and your internet on the 18th.
It's always a random day, like the 13th.
Can't they all be on the same day?
Well, yeah, I feel like the only reason I feel like a big reason why I'm still in debt though too, like with investing. I feel like a lot of people that invest in themselves attempt to get debt as well. So I've noticed.
For sure.
I don't know if you guys know, Mr. Beast pulls out loans. Did you guys know that?
No,
not until now.
Yes, I listened to the podcast. He pulls out loans, and so because
he has a sponsorship from Quicken Loans.
Yeah, he literally. It takes him 4 months to get paid from a sponsor sometimes. So he pulls a loan out so he can pay people.
Wow.
I mean, honestly,
like payday loan kind of thing.
Yeah.
His credit score is probably immaculate.
Oh, yeah, he said it. He said it. His credit score is insane.
Because for any kind of loan, normally you want to wait the year and then pay it off after a year and 1 day. That's how you want to pay off your loan for it to really help you credit-wise. So if he's doing that right, then every time he's like, cool, credit score.
Yeah, he's
godly,
800,
immaculate.
Plot twist, he's not doing it for he's doing it for the immaculate credit score.
That's playing long game, honestly.
What about you, Emma?
Cool.
Facts.
So I feel like my main goal is to just create better content because, numbers go on forever. And I always say that you can never be satisfied if you're looking at numbers, so you always have to just be pushing yourself to make better content and the numbers will come. So I feel like that's my main goal. I also do a mental health Monday and I really want that to hopefully pick up traction on my channel because I feel like that's kind of what I'm really passionate about. I say my goal is to help people and that's how I want to do it. And I get the feedback. I want it to be bigger. So that's a huge goal for me. And same with the Friday, dance, party streams. I want that to also be something that I keep consistent and can get into a groove with, I feel like also I want to get better with networking and YouTube too. I want to be better with consistent YouTube content. And if a sponsorship comes to, I'm an ambitious person, so I'm just let me make all these goals, and hopefully, if I can manifest, they will come to me. And put in the work. It's not all thought. You have to obviously put in the fucking work. But yeah, those are my mini goals, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can I just call you Jade?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's just cool. It's a cool name.
Thank you. I would say probably one of the best decisions that I've made for myself was I've had 9-to-5 jobs and stuff that made me really, really unhappy. And I worked really, really hard for things that really didn't align with what I want to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And when I decided that I kind of want to take the road that's, not taken usually and try something different and see if it works and not be afraid to fall on my ass, when I made that decision and I, last year I lived in New York City for almost a year and I came home. I was really heartbroken that it didn't work out and I started streaming on Twitch and it's totally changed my life because I felt like I always had a voice, but I didn't really know who to share it to or if anybody was listening kind of thing. And when I found Twitch and I found my community and my circle that I hope will continue to grow, I started realizing that it was possible to, make an impact that's larger than what I was making before or what I felt like I was making before because every job is important. But I just feel like I just want to keep growing and meeting more people and getting to express myself and be able to touch people with my content. That's really just what my goal is.
Damn, that's a big goal. And just keep going at it, just keep chugging along.
Yep.
Just keep swimming. That's what I tell everybody.
Shoot for the stars.
Shoot for the stars. Damn. All right. And I feel like when you accomplish your goals and you really focus on it, you attract the person and the people you want in your life, and it becomes more of a blessing and a dream come true.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Big dream come
100%.
true. So I'm waiting for my waifu at this point because like, all right. Well, Meowlin, you're last.
Well, Jade's goal is to touch people with her content. My goal is to simply touch people.
Amen.
I love people. I love all sorts of people.
I left you for last on purpose because I was going to be a little bit of a hard ass on you.
Oh, why?
All right. You got a pen and paper?
Taking notes over here.
This is on Monday.
Shit.
All right. It's March 23rd. What's one goal that you can accomplish by April 1st? Write it down.
April.
Holy shit.
Chris. Okay.
You write that down and don't share it. And I'm going to message you in April. And if you don't do that goal, you're not coming on the Barcast. I told you I was going to be a hard ass.
You can do it though.
Just make the goal.
My first reaction when you said that was to break this. I want you to know, but I didn't because I'm like on camera.
I had Sabotage Sweetie. I usually do this with like certain content creators, and Meow has sent me some of the nicest messages, and so that's why I'll be a hard ass on her. And she's very supportive with a lot of the people in the community. I did this with Sabotage Sweetie, and I messaged her one day. I was like, "Did you do the goal?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, let's go.
So I like
You
doing
said
everyone's goal.
she's really nice, so I'm gonna be a dick.
Am I being a dick or am I?
No, you're not being
Yeah.
a dick.
It sounds like it though, a little bit, right?
You're just
Hard
pushing.
love.
A push.
Hey,
is hard.
Accountability aspect.
Push him off the cliff. I mean,
It's funny how this is. This is actually something I learned. So I used to never do stuff like this. And actually someone taught me this and I fucking hated him. And it was in the gym. He was my trainer. And you know what happened one day? And this is what really switched the flip is I told him that I can't do it, that I can't do it mentality.
yeah.
And he was in charge of the weights, and I told him I couldn't do any more sets, and he went to take the weights off, but I didn't know he put more weight on, and I did 10 more sets. And he looked at me and I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Remember you said you couldn't do it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Look at the weights."
He got your ass.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You just need
it's
someone to
important to have
push you
people.
sometimes,
Yeah, it's important to have people in your life that push you and want to see you do better.
Yes.
Exactly. It's very important. And especially as a creator, you got to be pushed if you want to be successful. All right. Did you write it down?
I did.
All right, cool. Where's the wisdom? Pay it forward. All right, who wants to go first? That's the end of the Barcast for episode 164. Who would like to do the outro? Anybody need to go? I know the time zone's different. It might be midnight.
I'll go first if no one else wants to go first.
We also have the after party if you want to hang out in there too. Production hangs out in there. Sometimes little BBJS in the chat comes in there and sends you random fucking gifts I need to post. She sent me a vagina candle.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yummy.
Love that
Goop.
for you.
What does it smell like?
I thought it smells so good. I thought it was soap, and I almost took a shower with it. Okay. Not in a weird way. That sounded bad. It smells good.
Never a weird
Like,
way.
EBB, you want to go take a shower with me?
It's been a while. Okay, anyways. All right.
It's been a while. Sorry.
Been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Maybe it is soap. All right.
And you brought it.
Who's
Sorry.
first? Who wants to go? It's just gonna auto pick you guys anyways afterwards. Dragon's going last because she had to hit 1,000.
I'll go first unless you want someone else to go first.
I want to say whenever someone says that, I don't know who's saying it, so it's like,
It's me, Emma. Hi.
okay, there it is. I watch you guys on my OBS,
Oh, yeah.
so I can watch chat activity. I can check the sources, look at sources. That's why I'm all over the place. So I wish
You're
I
doing
could-
great.
All right, Emma.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Chris.
You're welcome. Go ahead
Appreciate
and
it.
do your outro.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you support Chris. And even when he's streaming by himself, what the fuck? Why aren't you guys here? Come watch him while he's streaming by himself. He's amazing. He's hilarious. And thank you so much for having me. Yeah, this is Pemper. This is Wonky. We got mascots on my channel. My next stream is going to be tomorrow, most likely. And if not tomorrow, because I might have to take a little break. Then Friday, we're going to be doing party stream. I'm going to be working with a DJ. So if you want to come by, drink with me, have a good fucking time, dance, then come by. It's going to be a really good time. If you want some help with your mental health, if you maybe can't afford therapy or you just want to be working on yourself while you wait for a therapist, come by on my Monday, Mental Health Mondays. We teach different skills that help you with your mental health, scientifically proven. And also I interview a creator every single Monday, not every Monday, but most Mondays, and just talk about, their mental health journey. And it's really insightful, I found. So come by if you're interested in that. And thank you so much for having me on again, Chris. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
We'll see you in the after party.
Yeah, baby.
Next up, Prima Neutrina.
Well, thank you for having me. This was a fantastic first time on your show. I really, really appreciate it. I've had some interesting collab streams before, and this was like the exact opposite of that. And I've had such a good time, especially meeting all of the other lovely people on your stream. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming
I guess
on.
the next time I'll be live is probably on my birthday on the 31st. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still figuring out when my break is ending, and we're figuring that out. But yeah, support all the lovely women and Chris here tonight. And yeah, I will see you later.
Thank you for coming on. It was your first time, and this is the first time we ever did all girl cast, pretty much besides the host.
Yeah,
All right.
It was great. I had a great time.
Have a wonderful night, and there's an after party if you want to hang out with them. I'll throw you in there right now.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Cosmic Audrey.
Yee, it's so nice. I love that it's the people with the birthdays one right after each other that are leaving one right after each other. It's so fun to be on the show. It's very much a breath of fresh air content creator wise, because you get to hang out with fantastic persons that have a lot of the similar thoughts as you do, but also might bring different perspectives. For the most part, I think that we all have similar perspectives, but sometimes one person might say something that's slightly different that might resonate a different way and encourage us even higher. Got me to 1,000. Dragon's so fucking close to 1,000 now. Fucking gonna get her there, and her hair is so pretty. But it's just such a nice breath of fresh air and really reassures me that things are going to be okay even on the bad days. So yeah, it's fantastic. And I'm so much enjoying the so-so sake. It's so delicious.
I'm happy that you have some left. I ran out, so.
They're so great. It's so cute.
I know. Too many shoes. I need
vibe.
to slow down on the shoes.
I want to make a suicide of all of them. Pour them all together. They're all going to go great to each other, but then chug it.
Oh, God.
Well, you can. I don't know. I don't want to. I was going to make a joke, but never mind. All right. Go ahead and enjoy the after party, and then we'll do the next one up.
Absolutely.
Catalyse.
What up? I don't know when I'm going to stream again, but I'm down for whatever as long as I'm home. So I'm around. Smile. I do plan on coming back to streaming when it gets warmer. I like to do paddleboard streams. So I'm just kind of waiting for that since I get a little too angry when I play games.
Okay. I like when people get angry when they play games, but
I get so mad. I'm probably not going to join the after party because I'm going to be playing League.
no, you're
I
good.
think with Anthony.
You have when you're on the cast, you can join whenever you want. Like
Oh,
if you
hell
don't play
yeah.
video
I got
games,
an
you want to come
open
back.
seat?
It's an open seat, yeah. You have the cast role, you can go in whenever you want. So some people
Hell
do that. They
yeah.
just hang, like, disappear, and then come back in.
Hell yeah. Sick.
All right, Kat. Have a wonderful night then. Thank you for coming back. Nice to see you.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Midnight May, you're next.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I honestly, I think you would message me back in August, and
I
I was
did.
moving. I was
remember.
moving at the time. I feel so bad because I know a lot of people I know Bang and Gapped and all that, and
Oh, I know
feel
a shit ton of people you know.
I feel
It's
so
okay.
bad because
Don't feel bad.
I was
You're on here.
I'm moving, and then I totally forgot, and I was trying to get my life together. Still don't have it together, but I'm on. I came on, so that's the matter.
I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I had a blast. Yeah, chat. It was fun hanging out with you guys as well. Everybody on the cast too. You guys are all great. Yeah, if you guys want to come be a part of the Mafia, you guys can find me midnight with a Y_May. Yeah, we honestly it's very chill vibes. We do a lot of Marvel content and hang out, and it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the after party.
Sounds good.
All right. I just realized no music on the stream this whole time, and I was listening to it. All right. Sorry, chat.
It happens.
Okay, I will see you in the after party, and then next up, Holloway.
Hello. Chris, thank you so much for having me for the second time on Barcast.
Welcome back.
My name is Jade. I'm the artist formerly known as Jade the Great, but you can call me Holloway now. I'm a variety streamer. I mostly like to do music, but I can never get around to it as much as I definitely should. And I usually just rage at games and suck at them really hard. But today really was refreshing to me and comforting. Just being able to talk to people who respect and honor, creatives and content creation. I think it's really important to have spaces where we can talk about our feelings around the matter and just not feel afraid to be, the black sheep, or not afraid to be the person that stands out, because in our own ways we all stand out, we all have the same goals, and it was just really, really nice to feel like I didn't need to protect that part of my life, and just have a conversation with people who get it. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for having me. And the next time I'm streaming will be tomorrow. I'm going to be playing Heavenly Bodies with one of my friends. And this weekend, I'm going to do a live music stream as well. So I hope to see you guys there. And thank you so much again, Chris. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. Enjoy the after party with them and mingle away.
Thank you.
Next up, Meowdalin.
Whoa, the man, the myth, the meow. Hello. Hi, it's me. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. My name is Meow. You can find me on anywhere on the internet at Meowdalin. It's like Madeline, but Meowdalin. It's haha, it's funny. I'm funny. I'm the funniest person that you're going to see today, tomorrow, or the next day. So you should follow me. I stream tomorrow. I'll be live around 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm also live Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays around 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We have fun. I bark. Sometimes I say interesting things. Rarely, but sometimes.
You
That's
want
me.
VIP or mod?
Me?
Yeah.
VIP.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
You're already VIP'd.
Oh my god, I am? Then
I want to ask. I was asking you to see, whatever. If in the future you want to be a mod, let me know.
oh yeah? Whoa, this is such an honor. I didn't realize I was gonna get like.
No, you always watch the stream and stuff. You hang out.
I do. I do really like your content.
No,
I think you're a great content creator.
If like, one day the viewers are 1,000, they're like, I want mod. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna complain. I'm giving you that option. That's what I'm asking right now. Whatever you want, VIP or mod, you let me know. I'll fix it.
Wow, thank you so much.
All right, complete that goal because then you're gonna be neither.
Yeah. Oh my.
I'm joking. You can still watch. I won't kick you.
No, you're not. And I need you to not be joking. See, if I can't take you seriously, I'm not going to complete it. I need to be able to take you seriously.
Oh, no, you're not coming on the Barcast, but you can watch
right.
it. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
You can watch it, but you're not coming on.
That's even worse. Oh my God, through the window like a little puppy dog. Oh, wow, that's so canon.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
All right, nice having you. All right, next up, Dragon.
Hi. Hello. It is I. I'm better now that it's you and I. My name is
funny. Well, pretty good.
My name is Dragon. I'm a variety streamer. It's Dragon, but with a J instead of a D. There's 2 underscores. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I mainly play RPGs and JRPGs. I like to pretend like we're wholesome and cozy, but it's always very much chaotic and horny. I cosplay, I do TikToks. I'll be going to Buku Festival this weekend, so if you're in New Orleans, slide in my DMs. Just kidding. And I will be doing MegaCon this year and TwitchCon as well. Probably some other music festivals and conventions if I can get around to doing it. I try to be everywhere all the time, especially in KurlyChris's stream. It is my homepage.
Is it really?
Yeah. I turn my PC on and I check to like refresh and see if there's any updates, and I just wait. I just sit here and I wait.
Oh, I'll have a schedule. Do you want VIP or mod?
Me?
Yeah, I'm asking
little old me? Look, I am not responsible enough to be a mod. I would go power crazy. So if it's my choice, I will take VIP.
Okay.
But I might change my mind later.
You can change your mind later. That's fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I see you in everyone else's stream. I see you in Blair's stream all the time. Just be nice to everyone and you're fine. Same with me, Adeline. That's why I gave her the option too. As much as
I like people.
I love that people support me. It's more important to me to be close with people that support the people I care and love about. So.
Well, that's why I started streaming, like, yeah, as a streamer, it's like, it's all about us or whatever. But like, I started streaming because I like people. And like, when you first invited me to be on the Barcast, I was like, I was nervous because it's like a lot of bigger creators, but it's like, it's interesting to me to get to know people. And it's like, I think everyone you've ever had on the Barcast, everyone I've ever met in your chat, like all of your production team, like everyone is so interesting and everyone comes from different places. So I really value being able to get to know those people.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So thank you for having me.
My team is fucking beyond special.
Yeah.
So
I love them all. I love Soso Sake.
Yeah, shout out to Soso Sake. All right, Dragon. Thank you so much for all your support and the support of others. And thank you for coming on again. I appreciate that.
Anytime. See you soon.
I see you soon too. Go ahead and go to the after party. Wait. Where are you at?
I'm here.
No, like, how many followers?
Oh, let's see. I'm at 989.
Okay, chat. There's 53 of us in here. Just give her a follow. Make her 11. Come on. Hype it up. Give her some more.
I don't bite unless you're into that.
11. Get it, chat. There's 11 in here. I know there's 11 in here. There's 11 of you watching. Did you get any?
I don't know. You put me on the spot.
You're in full stream.
No, I appreciate the support. well, whatever happens, happens.
Chat, fucking.
You're all so nice.
Fucking follow her now. Is that what you want?
I'll cry right now.
Don't cry right now. No,
I'm being
put her at 999 so she goes cries on her own stream.
I will.
Where you at?
I'll tweet a picture of me crying today.
Where you at?
I'm at 980. I'm at 989. I'm at 989. It's fine.
Oh my god. When do you stream next?
Monday or Tuesday. No, like Monday.
You stream Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm doing a cosplay stream on Tuesday. I'm cosplaying as Kagome from Inuyasha.
That's actually really cool.
Thanks. I do the thing.
Now? Thank you, Easy Daisy. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining the Discord too. I have eyes everywhere. All right.
991.
Nine more. 9 more. Shoot full screen.
You could see me blushing if I wasn't wearing so much makeup.
This is a good song.
I appreciate you. I appreciate the Barcast. I appreciate everyone here. I hope you all. Me trying not to be perceived.
I'll drag it out. Get it dragging out. Dragging it out. Dragging it out, chat. I'm dragging it out. Where you at now?
997.
3 more. I'm dragging it out, chat. I'm gonna fucking do it to you guys.
Stop.
Dragging it out. You guys getting it? You know why I'm doing this too?
No.
You know why I'm doing this? 'Cause you're gonna hit 1,000. I'm literally gonna dragging it out. And
I'm gonna drag it out.
No mods in here shouted nobody out, so it pisses me off. So I'm.
Hey, I did it.
Did you hit 1K?
We did it. Yeah,
You hit 1K?
Yeah.
Yo, congratulations on 1K on Twitch.
Thank you.
Feel? You're welcome.
I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry because I'm tough. I'm gonna cry. Thank you. Thank you to the Barcast. Love you guys.
There you go.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Congratulations on 1,000 on Twitch.
What the heck? What the heck?
Yeah, like I said, you know, you are super sweet to people I care about, and that means a lot to me. So keep being you, and congratulations on 1,000. The first 1,000 is actually the hardest on Twitch. After that, it's so much better. So much better. But yeah, good job. Keep being you. And I know as much as you look up to these bigger creators, and I say quote unquote bigger creators, that doesn't change their personality. It's just a number. And you got it. You just got to keep going. Just keep swimming, all right?
Just keep swimming. Teach me how to swim. I don't know how to swim.
Well, you're doing it right now.
I never learned.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. So
thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me be a part of this, and I really appreciate you so much.
I appreciate it. I can't wait to meet you at a con. That's gonna be fun.
Soon.
Yep.
Soon.
All right.
I'll follow you wherever you go.
I was gonna say Antarctica. All right. Follow.
Have a good night.
Yourself to the after party. Have a wonderful night.
You got
Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Goodbye.
welcome. Bye. Have a good one. Watch, she's gonna make me kick her. Psych. All right. How did you feel about that, chat? Making people's days and nights. Any gifters? That'd be nice, huh? Oh. All right. I need to stretch more. Have you ever? This is random. I wanted to ask this, but I didn't. But have you ever gotten like a fire photo from somebody? And you're just like, holy fuck my life. Has that ever happened? Because, you know. All right, see you guys this Saturday. Here comes the raid. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, production. Appreciate all of you guys here. There's your kiss for the night. We're raiding Justini, and then we're also going to play the video real quick. Well, one more time. For the 2 time.
Do the pan before.